Yo, we are live. We are live. Eddie, big up, bro. Hope you're doing well.
Yes,
Thank
big up,
you. Can
bro.
you hear me?
Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you, mate. I can hear you, mate. I can hear you.
Cool. Yeah,
Good.
man. Thanks for having me on, man. How you doing?
No worries. We're good. We're obviously live for the Manchester City versus Manchester United Manchester derby watch along. First of all, apologies, guys. I've not streamed for a while. I've just been very busy, and to be honest, I wanted the much needed break. I'll just quickly look in the comments here, actually. So big up to Atonement Man for saying like, so everyone follow us on our Twitter page, subscribe to the other channel. Yes, what's Red Devil Multiverse now, actually. And also Red Extra, which we're also streaming now. I'll be doing some Champions League watch-alongs hopefully this week as well, and on Twitch as well. So, and obviously make sure you go and subscribe to Eddie's channel as well. Big up and hope you're doing well. Eddie, what are your thoughts? I mean, actually, let's quickly just before it's kickoff. I mean, I don't know if you want to sync or I'll try not to like. How far ahead or behind are you, by the way?
I'm actually trying to find the stream still,
Oh,
so
right, okay.
you know in the private chat. I just let
Let
you
me
know in the
see.
private chat in a bit whilst you carry on, bro. I don't want to
Yeah,
disturb too much.
no worries, mate. I'll fix it. What's it?
So right now, actually, I try to let you know now. Right now,
Mm.
right, they're just in this on the center circle doing a little
Yes.
camaraderie thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the clapping. I can see that. I can see that as well. That's what they're doing for me as well.
Right.
While they're doing while they're obviously doing that, obviously I've got it on mute, etc. I mean, what do you think about the lineup? See, Biinda, Shaw, Delit, Yoro, Matsurari. So he is going to be the right wing back, I guess, which I don't. And then Bruno, Ugarte, Dorgu. You've got Bremo and Ahmad, who are going to be two, and then Sesko.
Wow.
I feel that this is a very, very, very defensive team. Matsuari is not even really, I would say, a wing back. I think he's quite defensive. He doesn't naturally go forward, so I think that Ahmad is going to have a bit of a problem. Agate, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll leave it.
Ugarte is definitely too defensive there.
Yeah,
I mean, this
and
was an
then
opportunity to play Fernandez in one of those attacking roles, wasn't it?
yeah,
Like Cunha's
exactly,
out.
exactly. But he's keeping
Yeah.
him in the midfield. I mean, I actually thought that he might have played Xerxes where Ahmad is, and then put Ahmad here.
Wait, what's up with Xerxes then? He's fit, yeah?
He's fit, yeah. So the bench: Maguire, Xerxes, Casemiro, Heaton, who I
Yeah.
still think should start in goal because he's actually pretty good.
But
Aiden
Xerxes,
Heaven.
let me just ask real quick there. How long has Xerxes been fit for then? Because it seems a
He's
bit
always
weird.
been fit. He's always been there.
Oh, wow. I don't get this manager at all then. Like, because yeah, there's been games where he could come out and be one of those guys that can
I
hold up the
actually think
ball.
that when Xerxes came on for us in the last game, I think against Burnley, etc. And every time Xerxes come, we've looked better. So I mean, maybe he says he shouldn't start, but anyway, it looks like kickoff is about to begin. So look.
I think you'll be ahead of me because the Man City was still doing the scrum
Okay,
on my screen.
they've just kicked off men, so I'll try and
Cool.
not spoil it for you.
It's your stream, isn't it? So like, it's actually
Oh, right,
best
okay.
you have the first reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be
Guys,
about maybe 15 seconds behind, something like that.
Oh, Haaland
Oh.
almost, man. These guys need to wake up. But yeah,
Already a chance, yeah.
yeah. I'm just, I don't know. Like I said, I look at the lineup and I just think, right, okay.
Oh wow, that was a good chance as
It
well.
was a very good chance.
They look hungry, man. That's not good. That's not good. A
Oh no,
hungry
exactly. I mean,
City.
they're at home. They've got no. I don't know why everyone's saying, "Oh, United, we're gonna win" or whatever. It's like City at home, they've also lost their first 2 games. They need to do something. So,
You see, if Man United were serious, this would have been like that last year. They would have been rebuilding and be getting to the point where they're able to challenge your Man City on the pitch properly. I know there's been good results for Man United, but we know where Man United are overall.
yeah. And I'm still waiting to be. I'm not. I'm not. I don't do any manager out things because I don't necessarily that's productive. So, but what I'll say to people is that like it's on the manager and on the players to convince me, not the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's almost like you're trying to convince other fans, like, yeah, stick, do this, do this. It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, but like, especially as a doctor, like, you need to give me the evidence. So right now, the evidence that I have is that you've got 28 points from 29 games. Was it 29 points from 20 games? One over around. That's the evidence. So what am I supposed to do with that evidence? Because any other team in the league that has that is getting sacked. So
this is why you don't start halfway through the season, RDS. This is why you start with a pre-season and fresh start.
Exactly.
You don't take Ten Hag's baggage.
Exactly.
From what he did.
What should have happened is that they should have just basically just given it to, or in my opinion, they should have let Ruud just basically who's been there, just take the job till the rest of the season, and then with the aim of giving it to Ruben afterwards.
It's very hard, It's very hard to say what should have been done because we saw what happened with Leicester. I know it's Leicester. This story didn't have a clue what he was doing over there.
I mean, he won 2 hours of his free games when he was in charge. How long did it take Amram to do that? So I don't think United, even with the coach thought that they were going to get relegated, but it's just like fundamentally when we ended up just with no trophy and 15th. Well, that's a good ball. Bermo. Sesko. Oh, shot on target with Sesko. Okay, fair play. I want this kid to do well, man. I didn't really rate him that highly, but he's in a United shirt now. It's on target. Is that Donnarumma in goal now? Do they literally put Donnarumma in net, or is it still Trafford? Let me see. Wow. Yeah, literally. I do find that interesting. Why we do that? When we make our new signings, I don't know. They have to have like 3 or so games to bed in and do whatever. No. Come on.
I'm just catching up to you now with that Sesko chance. That was something, wasn't it? Bit of play.
Yeah, subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, thanks to Atonement there, man.
Yeah.
Looks like there's quite a bit of space, like what I mean, opening up where
this would be no thing for Ollie, but this is great for like counter-attacking football type thing. Like City are playing with so much space that like if we still played that way, you could easily run in behind these guys. Easily. Like this defense and this goalkeeper, because I don't actually rate Donnarumma that highly. I think he's okay, but I think the Champions League win, I think suddenly now when you win the Champions League, suddenly it's like, oh, this goalkeeper's really amazing. It was the same reason when Onana got to the Champions League final of the Champions League. It's like, yeah, he must be really, really good. It's like, it's contextual.
I mean, I've never really watched enough of Onana before Man United. I just knew he was okay, right? But I just can tell Donnarumma is a level above this Onana guy.
We say that, but then
speaking too much.
Well, you say that, but then it's like, because I saw Donnarumma at Milan before he went, like it's okay. And the biggest thing is just with Italy. Like Italy have not qualified for a World Cup for goodness knows how long, and he's the keeper. So it always tells me it's like, right, okay, you can have someone that's good, but like if the person doesn't have the quality and the players around them, it doesn't matter how good the keeper is. They're still gonna get. I'm sure he was in goal when I can't remember. I think it was a playoff when I think Italy were playing against what was it? Was it North Macedonia? I think, and he made 2 howlers. You know, and they didn't end up going into the World Cup. So I'm all like I said, I'm always just like. For me, I always say like a great player, good player is a player that like you can put them in any team and they will improve the team. They're not heavily reliant on individuals around them to be good.
You've seen how good of a shot stopper that Donnarumma is, like, especially the recent season. I think he's got a better body of work from what I've seen.
Oh no, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not debating and saying he's not better than. Well, he had a good season for PSG last season. I would argue before that, I would have still said he was quite questionable, especially in the previous seasons when he in the Champions League when he was routinely making mistakes. But he is a good penalty because obviously his size. So that,
yeah, he's massive.
Oh, come on, the ball could have been better there. No, we can get through, but no, it's a poor ball to and City. It's gone. Okay. City looking a bit clunky. Not exactly firing on all cylinders here. Being very clunky.
Just like my internet's clunky, man. My thing's gone down. I'm just trying to find another one right now.
I mean, to be honest, there's been not really much of note in the first 10 minutes.
Well, what was your prediction anyway for that? yes. Can you hear me?
Sorry, yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, what's up?
Oh yeah, I was saying, what was your prediction for that?
1-1.
Okay.
I thought we'd conceded. I didn't think not with the way the teams are that this is going to be like a baptism from City. Like, oh, they're going to put 3-4, something like that. I don't think that was going to happen. Just with the way that I've seen City are, and also how defensive we are. But I also don't see us scoring many goals. And again, based on the way that we're set up very defensively. So,
yeah, I can see a draw. I can see a draw as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking something like a 2-2, man. I was just thinking some goals will happen.
I thought, but I mean, I remember like the last time. I mean, maybe it was because of the way of the season, but you know, foul. That must be yellow card on Bernardo. Come on, can't pull him down. Anthony Taylor, what's going on? Literally pulled him down. Dorgu's got him. Come on, and that's a yellow card, man. Yeah, when as soon as Anthony Taylor was doing, I was like, this is not going to end well. Okay, free kick to United. Okay, and Mbeumo on it. Who I rate Mbeumo actually. He's I like him.
Yeah, what time are you on now? I just got something back up here. What time stamp are you on?
I'm on 10 minutes 21.
Oh, okay, I'm about about 8 seconds behind you, man.
8 seconds.
Not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, I don't want to hear anything about refs after this. I hate when just a result comes down to talking about refs making stupid decisions.
Yeah.
I want to see a clean game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope the players do keep because I know I've missed quite a bit of the game so far, but I've not heard anything about diving or anything like
No,
that.
no. So far, it's been. To be honest, it's been very pedestrian, to be honest. So
Yeah,
I would say
good.
it's not really had that much quality. City don't even look that great, to be honest. So
Apart
poor,
from that,
sloppy balls. It's weird. Like, but they've got the quality, so you're just waiting for it. So, but as it stands now, I mean, there's not been, aside from that Haaland chance at the beginning, I've not really seen anything from City so far. So, but we are quite deep. So, I'm looking at the stats here, which is why I always like using Google Share, because you can actually get the stats and one shot
I
each.
don't want to see. Sorry, go on, Karen.
No, yeah. So one shot each. United one shot on target. United 54 possession. The City's 46. City with a better pass accuracy. That's about it. So yeah, basically some of the game. Not really that much happening.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't want to see this, where one team just goes, okay, you know what, we're going to just sit back, you just have the ball, and our centre-backs will be on the halfway line making most of the plays. I hate centre-backs trying to make plays. They can't play.
Oh, it's a good...
Centre-backs most of the time. You see that, what is it, Liverpool-Burnley game? Like
Just watch this City play 1 second and be like, what the hell has just happened here? So
that was terrible.
What was that?
If that's Reinders, he's having one of the biggest roller coasters. He's having one of the biggest falls from a good game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That game against Wolves was amazing, and his drop off so far.
Yeah, it's been
off a cliff.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is something to be said about, because I think we talk, because obviously Pep as one. We don't tend to talk about the amount of players that he's bought or brought in that were hyped, and especially for a lot that ended up being flops or disaster classes. It's not. It's easy for us to focus on managers or clubs because that haven't won as much. When their player doesn't perform, to be like, it's the manager's fault, it's a player. But there's been a lot of Manchester City flops, and honestly, seeing Grealish cooking at Everton, you're like, okay, is it because it's Everton, or was there kind of a, even some of these City players, you're like, no, the decision to let someone like Cole Palmer go, and when you see how good Palmer is, so I don't know.
I mean, for all of those stories, you can't, innit? You can't go against a narrative of 4 leagues in a row, treble,
of course not,
and all of that. You're gonna have some casualties of war. So,
of course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to be crapping on Man City, but with United win a couple of cups, and then all of their casualties are like, there's too many.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point, like I said before on your channel, I'm just glaze this out. Get out. I don't want to see any more talent get consumed.
Yeah.
Right? Because Amarim's not this much of a bum. Ten Hag wasn't that much of a bum. Something's going on.
Yeah.
You keep turning talent into crap.
Well, we say that with Ten Hag, but then the guy, I agree for everyone to say I'm at the point I think Ten Hag was a bum. I think Ten Hag was a bum. So I'm sorry, you can't get sacked in after 2 matches and someone not say that you're a bum. I don't even Oli and Mourinho when they got their subsequent jobs, they got good seasons or something and won stuff. What the hell?
I'll say this out. Yes, a bum doesn't go to the Bernabeu and play one of the best teams in the history of football off the park. Yeah, a bum doesn't do that.
I know, but a part of me is
leagues in Ajax. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, was it just him though? It was multifactorial. So you had the right players with the right director of football, with the right management, and the right place, the right time, everything aligned to give it the Ajax team.
Because the irony is structure. You described the structure.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Man United don't have properly, which is why they destroy little talent.
But I mean that. But when you look at the talent, when you look at that team, and then the talent that come on, be quicker.
I was sorry. Why are you
Oh,
trying the scissors kick there?
I don't know why I tried this.
This is what I don't. This is what I'm saying about Man United. They try and do stuff for social media half of the
Yeah.
time. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
They either play that crap or they try and overhead kicks like Garnacho or something like that. It's like play football, man. Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Simple passes, simple this. I don't even just looking at it, it's like we're winning the ball high. We do this, and it's just like you've got 4-on-3 here, 5-on-3, no, 5-on-5. Okay, good ball in.
He wants that Garnacho push-gash goal of the year. That's what he's trying. Go on then, rather than just keep it simple.
Yeah, just control it. So Abad has done a bit of that lately. It's just that, which has not been cool personally. So it's just that I still think he has a bit more of a footballing brain than Garnacho did. So,
oh yeah,
for sure. And we saw that yesterday, where Chelsea were 2-1 up, defend the corner, and lo and behold, a certain person wasn't marking the near post, and they dropped 2 points.
From the throw-in.
Yeah, that was Garnacho.
I knew Garnacho should have been.
Oh, oh my!
How has this little guy got a header? That's crazy. I missed the build-up to that.
Because I almost thought they dealt with it, and they clearly didn't. I'm gonna say whose fault was this? Because this wasn't dealt with well at all.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was dealt with.
I think that's why I took my eyes off it too. It just seemed like there was no danger.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was like, and then the cross came in. It's just like, let's see. Let me see.
Oh yeah. Oh, that what?
It was a deflection of. Who was it a deflection of?
Is it Ugarte?
Of course, it's Ugarte.
Oh, that's
deflection.
A weird goal,
of course, a deflection of Ugarte comes back. No one's tracking. Shaw's not tracking him. Comes in, Ugarte, deflection off Ugarte, takes the cross in. No one's tracking Foden. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is no one marking players when you got 5 centre back?
You've got Bruno. You've got so many people. No one's marking. So yeah.
That's how I know these guys are bums. You can't have that.
Wait, no. But I thought, but it's Anada's fault though. Right?
By the way,
isn't it Anada's fault? Like that we can't defend, or we can't we're so defensive. It's got to be we're 1-0 down because Anada. It's Anada.
He's got a voodoo doll, of Bayern there. He's sabotaging them.
I mean, there's nothing Bayern can do about that. That's just.
Oh no. You'll have some people still say though, because it's like there's a culture of criticizing goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Someone will still say, "Oh, Bayern there could Come on, man." Oh, good goal though.
Yeah. Well, it was a bit lucky because of like the deflection of Ugarte. So, but like I said, the manager says Ugarte is the best. So he's partly I'm not going to say it's solely his fault because that's a bit unlucky. But you've got Shaw, you've got Bruno, you've got 3 people, and I played football sometimes, so I get it. Sometimes your players, you think, oh right, okay, it's sorted, so you're not expecting the cross, but okay,
you've got to mark.
But you've got to mark.
The ball's dead. You have to.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to see it. So, but
yeah, that's poor.
I don't know. So yeah, 1-0.
I don't blame Ugarte at all for that. Yeah, just the other players.
No.
And trust Man United to give Foden life. Yeah.
Yeah.
This irrelevant guy that's just been flopping since last season.
Yeah. How has he got the space to be able to even get a header on ball? Like it's not like he's that tall. So
what's he at? 5'7", smallest guy on the pitch.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
So now they'll start the sort of. But anyway, let's.
Oh come on.
Is that Bruno? That left of course it was. Anyway, I'm not really saying much about Bruno or anything like that. I'm just at this point in time, I just watch. So because there's been enough. Red Devil Radar, big up, bro. Hope you're doing well, man.
Big up.
The manager picks the team. Let's see what happens. So, because we've got, as I showed you the pictures, we've got Chelsea at Old Trafford, and then a few games. It's easily possible that we're in the bottom three after our first 10 games because we've got a lot of difficult fixtures. So
wow,
if you look at the fixture United have, I mean, in fact, I can actually let me get it up actually.
I remember looking. It was a hard start to the season.
Yeah,
it definitely was. They had to win that Burnley game, and they almost drew that one.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
United. So City. Then we've got Chelsea at home, Brentford away, which is never going to be easy. Then Sunderland at home, which you think should you get a dub. Then Liverpool away, then Brighton at home, and it's Brighton and Nottingham. That's the first 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I could easily see us losing to Forest, Brighton, Liverpool, Brentford, potentially, Chelsea, City. And then you literally only have, and then you beat Sunderland, and you literally only have 7 points from 10. 7 points from 10. No, 7 points from 30. Not even double digits.
I mean, you remember what we were talking about in the preview right at the start of the season, right? Yeah, we're saying about our Man United's midfield is going to be a problem. Yeah, we know as football purists, that's what you need for any level of football.
Exactly.
Have your engine room.
Exactly.
Have proper dynamics to it.
Yeah.
Every team you read out there, RDS, they're going to struggle against. Yeah, it could be relegation dogfight. Yeah. You can buy as many players as you want. If you don't know how to put a team together, it's no point.
Yeah.
We saw what Grimsby did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is insane. And it was near enough for first team out against them. This is going to be a hard season.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I said, but I would also argue, I don't necessarily think that you also have to, and why? Good save.
I think it's straight at him, but yeah. Maybe
but again, but then we've got how many? This is the thing I understand. It's like, okay, this is the setup, but look at how many men. There's only 4 City players, maybe 4 in the box. There's plenty of United players there. What's going on? How's he able to get the shot off? Is that Bruno again? So the manager is the one that says Bruno and Agate can play in the midfield that deep. I've seen several times already where I'm like, Bruno is not he's not marking his amounts of distractors because he's playing that deep. I have actually a problem Bruno playing in a 10 and further up. But I don't really see how you say Mainu's not good enough, not fine. I've not really seen anything so far that would suggest that Bruno Garte are pacey enough or combative enough to be able to play in that deep position.
I'd
have played Casemiro, to be honest. So if you're going to do that, we might as well play Casemiro. At least he's going to be there. Shout out to Detroit City. Hope you're well. Well, unfortunately, not so much because United are down 1-0. But it's only 1-0. So we've got to get something from this game. Unit to draw, we've got to get something. Not too bad. Thanks. I hope you want. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Would appreciate it. And hopefully, and it's 4-on-3.
Are you kidding me? Who's this number 2? Is that Bernardo Silva? He had a chance there.
Yeah.
Man City could go through the gears if they want to.
Yeah.
If they're allowing Haaland to dribble, who doesn't dribble, he's not a dribbler. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they're just going for our midfielders. Yeah.
Look at Shaw. Look at Luke Shaw. Where are you running to?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't really understand why even Shaw's even back in the scene, and our fan base rate the guy. So
I said, like I said before as well on your channel, he's good defensively. It's just the fitness concern.
I don't even think I don't think since he's come back he's even been good defensively.
Well, okay, but in the past he has
been. In the past, yeah, of course, in the past, yeah, but since he came back from his injury, I've seen better left-sided centre backs. They've been better defensively than him. Even with the way that Yoros played compared to coach on that side, like I've seen him do better things than I've seen Shaw has. Positionally, he's been found out quite a few times. Most of the goals we conceded have been on that side.
What? Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, who else could play?
Oh, it's Rasmus here. Oh,
Martinez.
big up Rasmus. you changed your name, but we're still dealing the same pain. So big up Rasmus.
So obviously Martinez should be left centre back, but he's still injured, right? So
yeah, and I don't know whether Amram will want to keep him still either. So
who could play left centre back then over Shaw?
He seems to like the Mount and the Shaw type players for some reason. So although Mount would be useful here today, I confess that.
Yeah, I was asking like who could play over Shaw at left centre back.
Who could?
Trying to look at this bench right now, and it's I mean Heaven's good.
Heaven could,
but it's not experienced enough yet, is he? I mean, sure. He's got Euro as well. It's like you got too many young players in defense for me if you have Heaven as well.
He's more experienced than I don't know. I think he's I don't even think it's his experience. Just if is he good? I think he's good.
I think he's good as well.
Like just for me, just play your best players. So Bruno has and Bruno and Shaw have experience, and yet I'm watching these guys, and they're not doing basics. Like there's not so much. What's the point of having experience if you don't mark, or if you don't track back?
Oh, he's offside.
The ball. It's offside.
Oh wow! What a terrible finish as well.
Oh, come on, Burma.
I think I'm ahead of you now. What time are you on?
I'm on 28:07:08.
28:07, yeah.
Is he offside? Ooh, maybe just.
Yeah, he was off.
He was offside. I think maybe that's why. I think potentially, yeah. Or was I have a feeling he knew he was offside.
I'm hoping. I was just about to ask you that because that finish was horror.
It was horrible. I have a feeling deep down he probably knew it was offside. He was just kind of almost like waiting for the flag to be raised type of thing. So, but
by the way, what do you think of this? Like, oh no, okay. I was about to say something, and the opposites happened. You know, Man United is kind of playing that high line, but they're not pressing. They actually started pressing a bit there.
Yeah.
You can't play a high line without pressing. Like that's crazy.
Of course, yeah. But also we're just easy. I think the thing that frustrates so much is just that we just seem to be so easy to play through. Like, and the irony is that I can't remember who was it. Was it Fulham and other coaches where they come out after the press conference and they're literally like, yeah, so we know United do this and this and this, and all we did was just do this, and we figured them out. And it's just like, so if we're that easy to figure out, that so many teams just come to Old Trafford or come around and basically just, are able to get points or win, then what does that say? Like the first thing for me is that
it's shocking. You can't have a top establishment have people come out and say this is how you play against them.
Exactly.
Like when Slot did it in the first season, I was almost sick. Sick. I couldn't believe it.
It was
like your own backyard as well.
It's that easier. Just do like that. It's just like the first thing for me, if you want to be at least be successful, is you've got to be difficult to play against. If you can't like just naturally just create and score tons of goals from nothing, then you have to at the very least be difficult to play against. So you have to give a decision to make. But for some reason, where even if we score, it's fine. But just like that Burnley game, we should. There's no way that Burnley should have made it that difficult for us. But we were easy to play through. So as great as Burma was and Kuna was and attacking line was to do its thing, it didn't matter because we were so we need the penalty because of Ahmad getting the thingy to get something because it was so easy to play through.
I mean,
anyway, it's still 1-0, so let's see what happens.
I mean, I think it would even be embarrassing if you're like an Everton or Brentford, and people say, "Oh yeah, figuring them out." It's like you're a Premier League team, but this is the flagship team we're talking about.
Yeah,
13 Premier Leagues. You're supposed to have the strongest legacy, and your current team can get figured out by almost all of the division.
Yeah, exactly.
That's almost blasphemy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Even if you can, it shouldn't be easy to do. So sometimes you're like, okay, like for example, Klopp, I know how they're going to play, but just because you know how someone's going to play doesn't mean it's going to be you're going to be able to beat them.
You're saying exactly. You're saying exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because I remember Messi. Someone was commenting on the way Messi plays. You know what he's going to do, but he's so good at it. You can't stop it.
Exactly. Yeah. So if that was United, then okay, yeah, fine, okay, yeah, figure out it's on you to basically sort of outscore us, etc. That was close from Sesko, I know. I think maybe if the ball had been the touch, I think the touch took him away from it. So I really hope Sesko gets a goal, man. Did he touch it again? I really hope he gets a goal because I don't want this 007 stuff for Sesko, man. Yeah, it was close.
There's trolling, but it's like the team needs to play for him, though.
Yeah.
But it almost just assist, and that could be a good game if the team plays well.
But it almost feels like that. It almost feels like United. The last time I saw United actually play to a strike was when Ronaldo was at the club. Oh, come on! Yellow card. Anthony Taylor, man, get the card out.
It's not a foul, though.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, but Dorgu dives quite a bit. I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. Yeah, but why is he putting his hand on his back though?
Okay, he did shove him. He did shove him a bit. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'd say. Like it's like if he didn't touch him in his back, then I would say then you're right. But if
big up to Matty in the chat.
Big up Matty, man. Big up Matty, man. Oh,
1-0 in the game there, Matty. This is a bit of a challenging game to watch so far. Not the worst, but United need to get going with some chances.
Yeah.
Oh, Matty's ahead. Don't look in the Matty's ahead.
Yeah. Was it well? So that explains it. Let me see this.
That is a poor free kick, actually. What is that?
I don't know.
Not even I think he just mishit it.
Was it going? Who was it going to? Was it going? What was it? Was it supposed to be a shot on target or something? Or
it was just nothing. That was nothing.
I don't know what that was.
There's not even power for a shot.
No.
So what was it?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, Matthew's saying poor starting
lineup. Let's go back to it again. What would I have changed? I wouldn't have put Matswari in as a wing back because I think that makes us way too defensive. I'd have probably put Diallo here because Ahmad defensively is okay. I would have put Xerxes here actually alongside Mbeumo. And I mean, to be honest, I don't even like this whole midfield thing, to be honest. But if it was up to me, I'd play Casemiro and Mainu, and I'd put Bruno in one of these positions as a 10 if he's going to insist with this formation. So, but he doesn't want to do that, so it's going to be that. As for the defense, I mean, Diego Leon is actually left side of centre back as well, so sure, but Heaven
I think
can play
apart from
there.
Heaven coming in for sure, there's not much you can do with the back three.
Yeah, the back three. I mean, I'm not, I'm not averse to it. So the issue right now in this team is just, and will persist in this team, is the midfield and our ability to score. Because I mean, to be honest, aside from that chance that City had, United. I mean, if I go look in the stats here, we still only had one shot and one shot on target, so two shots on target. Okay, so
I think Matty's put his team in the chat.
Hmm.
I think it's similar to you. He's saying, Matty's saying Xerxes left 10, Diallo right wing back. He's putting Manu in there. Yeah, I would agree with you guys as well, man. Just a couple of changes there.
Yeah.
Put a bit more technique in there.
We need to not go 2-0 down. Good interception by De Ligt there. Thank you for saying you're enjoying the stream. Because to be honest, aside from that chance, City have not really, and you can make a case that's probably our fault, but aside from that, they've not really done much. See the leads.
That's nice.
Good turn. I did say 1-1 was my prediction, so let's see. Let's hope that
I see what United are doing with like trying to contain and impressing in moments, but it's just, is that good enough? Well, it is good enough for this Man United team that's bad. See, the levels have gone down so much in these years. Flipping hell, man. So United clear the ball, but no one out there for a counter-attack. They need to sort the counter-attack. Yeah, City are going to get confident now. They're bopping the ball a bit now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not liking this.
Detroit, Amram isn't ready for top of football yet. You should get Glasner. He's class. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The reality is, I just feel like Ineos. It's almost like when Chelsea when they took over. And they sacked Tuchel because Tuchel wasn't their guy, just like Ineos sacked Ten Hag because he wasn't their guy. And then they brought in what's his name, Potter. And you know how long they persevered and stayed with him because that was the guy they researched and did all this stuff, and they didn't want to sack him. But eventually, after although in fairness to Potter, I don't think he actually got that many players or signings, but the sentiment was still there.
I get it. Like Glasner makes sense, right? Because obviously he plays the same formation as Mega is saying in the comments, right? So, I don't trust this Ineos, because who gets in strikers and tens when you don't have a midfield like that?
This is what I'm saying. It's like I see Ineos the same way as I see Chelsea's leadership, in that they're probably going to have to go for a couple more managers, just like Chelsea went from Potter to Lampard briefly, then to Pochettino, and then got Maresca. It's going to be a similar thing with Ineos. I just have this sort of feeling. I know people want to build and say we're going to build. I just don't think it's going to happen. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Because I don't think we're playing badly. I think we're playing okay, but.
So wait, sorry, you're saying Ineos are going to be like the Chelsea board?
Yeah, in the sense that I think they would, because this is their guy, they will give him a lot of time. So, but eventually, much like the Chelsea board, it will be untenable if things continue to go the way they were, and then they'll sack him, and then they'll basically just do what the Chelsea would, which is basically just replace the manager until they got it right. And obviously they got Maresca because they're taking chances.
So you think Ineos will get it right?
Not so much get it right. Not so much get it right, but I mean, in sense that they will go into, they should anyway, go into the right direction. Especially if with the Chelsea model, if you're thinking, right, okay, our plan now is to good ball. Oh, I'm mad. Sorry, let me look some of the comments. Rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace, Ricky Anton. Absolutely.
That's really sad, man.
Absolutely.
It's really sad. Yeah, man. R.I.P. A great boxer.
Yeah. Just ball in. No one's there to attack it. Lol, Glasner plays the same formation as Amram, but is he as stubborn though? I'm biased towards Gen managers. I think our midfield will be prioritized next. Of course it will. The question is, where will we be? And I just think, I feel like I'm sort of keeping my expectation of season really low, and I just think that the reality is, I think the expectation of season for Manchester United is to finish mid-table.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Well, I don't want to hear like any CEOs coming out with saying, "Oh, we're going to aim to win the title in 2028."
No.
You need to try and play football first. Don't say all this fraudulent crap or this delusional stuff. Man United is nowhere near titles in a couple of years.
No.
You need to get real, or there's no point of even carrying on.
No.
So yeah, okay.
I just showing
you need to try and get to top 10. Go on then. But that just like, you know what I mean? Need to be more humble about this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I tell people. It's just like, I'm like, so even when people are angry at Grimsby and stuff like that, I was like, well, but if this is at the end of the day, what was your so
you're gonna try to defend that Grimsby loss because that's just inexcusable in any context.
No, I can't defend it. I can't defend it at all. But the point is that it's just that if we're just going to continue as we are, then you've got to expect results like that.
Sorry, not against Grimsby though. Not against Grimsby. Not against.
You say that, but
against the championship team.
You say that, but you say that, but at the end of the day, like I've said this so many times, like the point of football is to score goals. If you can't create and score goals, no matter what team you play against, it doesn't matter. Like we had obviously Onana was a bad keeper, made how 6. That's fair enough. But Chelsea last season when they played them put 6 past them. Why couldn't United put six goals past Grimsby? 7 with the quality they have. Why?
Disgraceful.
But that's a trend that even before that, where we saw that United, I think it was aside from the Villa game, United hadn't scored a single goal from open play. If you take into account the last game, seeing the Villa game, which to be honest, for me doesn't count. But when it got to the final against Chelsea, against Arsenal, against I think it was Fulham and so on teams, we didn't score any goals.
Yeah, I agree with you, but just if you're applying it to Premier League teams or maybe even Championship, but not 4th tier. I'm sorry, these guys are like almost part-timers. Yeah, there's levels. You should be able to freestyle against these guys.
But that's what I'm saying.
Academy players.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same. It's the same principle in that. It's the same principle in that. Like, why can't we score goals? Why can't we? I know that we eventually did, come back, but even then, like the goals were, I think Mbeumo scored 1, so and then it was a header from Maguire.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, we lost and we did I remember that under LVG. They were in League 2 as well, I think, but at least we could see a direction back then.
Yeah, that's bang on. We knew what Van Gaal wanted to do. With our football. But Amarim's football, I don't know what this is. This kind of rip-off of Jose. I don't know what it is, man.
Also, LVG played our second team, but against Grimby was mostly our first team. That is true. Yeah, I remember there being lots of... And also, in fairness of you, before he got sacked, he got us into an FA Cup final 1. You know, it's just, and then we finished. Like, I can't remember why I can't remember what position we finished in that. It definitely wasn't below sixth. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know whether we
It was. Sorry, I'll just check now, isn't it? All right.
It wasn't below sixth. I don't remember. I think that I have a feeling, if I remember, we were like halftime. We were a point behind or 2 points behind the Champions League spot, and we missed out. And people were angry about that. And we obviously won the FA Cup. Halftime, guys. Manchester City 1, United 0. Really, after that goal that phones with United, okay, they pressed, they did, but did they really create much? Not really. Didn't really test Donnarumma at all. Felt well the first 10 minutes, which is standard United. Start well and then drop off, man. I mean, Eddie, what do you think? What do you think about that half?
I mean, it's not as this is what I was talking about, levels, yeah. Firstly, before I go into that, yeah, Van Gaal finished 5th, yeah, and won that FA Cup, yeah, and yeah, he had those injuries. Yeah, had to use quite a few youth players, right? Remember Tyler Blackett? I think it was Tyler Blackett was one of them. I remember Paddy McNair. Remember him? This guy was giving some youth players a chance. Varela at right back. And we were winning the FA Cup. Actually, the football wasn't as great, but yeah, we knew what you wanted to do.
Sorry to go off topic. I've just seen a tweet. You know, what's his name? Alan Sugar, from The Apprentice. He put out a tweet yesterday, I think, saying Jamie Redknapp, well, seems to spell it wrong, is a double barrel idiot. He talks a load of rubbish. He said when Daniel Levy took over Spurs, Alan Sugar left the club in a right mess. He and Sky will be hearing from my lawyers Monday. And I checked it and I was like, just to make sure it was the real account. And I clicked it and it's like, yeah, he's got like 2.6 million subscribers. I was like, geez, man. So I don't know. Like, I mean, was Spurs in the right mess when Alan Sugar had the club? I mean, it's difficult to say when you're like, when they have the only thing they won was that Europa League against a terrible United side under Daniel Levy's leadership. So I don't know.
I think they've done well for what their standards have been in the Prem. Yeah, I think they've done well.
You say that, but then my only pushback would be that they've also got like the most or close to the most expensive tickets in the league.
Yeah, so they've got to pay for the stadium, though, isn't it?
I know, but like as a fan, if you're paying that amount to basically see, and the whole point of the stadium is that it's like, yeah, so that we can get bigger things.
Yeah.
If ultimately like you're making this big stadium giving us so much money, and we should just be happy with just, I don't know, like an FA Cup run. Like,
yeah,
well, what's the difference between you and Bournemouth? You know, so
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's a bad point about it. Yeah, that extortionate kind of price.
Yeah, like
it's
that's one thing where I'm kind of like, you know, I'm because then obviously with Spurs they use it for other different things, host NFL and stuff like that as well. And it's just like, it's the kind of idea that, okay, right, so basically the club is just purely a business then. Like, I'm paying a lot of money to go to a club to do this and do that to make you guys money, but actually you have no ambition to actually achieve anything bigger than your own. Hence why obviously there was a lot of Daniel Levy out, Levy must go, blah blah blah, from Spurs fans. And
when scary times are yes. I mean, we've seen that. I was just thinking of the stat that 11 clubs are owned by American institutions.
Yeah.
Now I'm not like I'm just looking at what I've seen in terms of the way they do business, in terms of like NFL franchises, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. It seems like they are. I mean, a lot of businesses are money minded across the globe, but it seems with American sport, they really put like the money ahead of like the culture of the game, right? So we've seen with Man United, it's the best example of how the culture has just been destroyed. Yeah, and there's other teams where you see, it's just become a money making exercise. I know Spurs is not owned by it's not American owned, is it? Right, but it's like they influence the globe as well to be more money minded. So it's like I don't know who's gonna. It's only gonna be maybe the fans that protest against these things that they're going to be doing, because we're going to see more things like Super League or whatever it is be introduced, or trying to take games to other countries.
Well, I mean, we're going to be doing that this season. They've already said, United's already said we're going to go and play midweek friendlies across in different parts of the globe to make up for the Champions League money. They've said that. So that's just the precedent, and I understand it. If it means to make money, etc., maybe add it to the table. So, but I'm looking at this. I mean, to be honest, just going back to the game, let's just seen the goal. Like, who was that? Who didn't? Who was? Let me look at who should. Fernando. It's Bruno, man. It's Bruno. Let me look. Look. Okay,
wait,
so
the ball away.
running. Foden's running. Oh my! But I don't know what he's doing, Bruno. Like, why is he looking at the ball? I actually thought Shaw's at fault, but to be honest, like, Shaw is being run out by Dorku's taken out. Yeah, that's on Bruno, man.
Well, what did he do? What, did he give the ball away or what?
No. It's just that, like, Foden starts behind Bruno, and then he runs past Bruno. Oh. Bruno is ball watching, obviously with the doesn't stick the deflection, and then he goes, and like obviously Foden's ahead of him. So it's like if Bruno isn't ball watching and actually follows Foden's run, so then that isn't a goal. And this is what I'm saying about he's not a midfielder.
Yeah.
He's certainly not a deep line midfielder.
Yeah.
He's not. Like,
I've just seen what you're talking about. I'm literally watching the highlights.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Everything you said there is just bang on.
That's why I said that. Yeah. I said that I'd rather play Casemiro, because even though Casemiro doesn't have legs and he sometimes makes mistakes, his mindset is that he's a deep line midfielder. So it's like, right, I need to kind of see who's around me, who I'm on. Bruno is like, I need to go get the ball and do something, which is why he was ball watching.
It's like Mega is saying,
should have, yeah.
I knew this should have happened. 100 million as well.
100 million.
Look, listen to me, and you may think I'm crazy. I'm taking 50. He's an aging player.
Yeah,
he's an aging player, and we've seen a lot of the downside to that cowboy football that he does.
Well, Eddie, our manager said he's crucial. Our manager said he's crucial. He said he's crucial, man.
Well, for the Portuguese nepotism or whatever.
I don't know.
Why? Crucial for what? I mean, okay, I get it. He may be good behind the scenes, where it's like you got. I don't know. Does he do like some good morale stuff as a captain? I mean, but you need to.
Hold on. Is it true? So, Amorim, maybe Kobe Mainoo is not used to fighting for his place, but he's a very good kid. He wants to learn. He's fighting, bro. After we're seeing what Bruno's doing, I don't want you to be talking about Mainoo, man.
Is this a halftime interview or some garbage?
No. It's. I think it was post. I think it was. I think on a
press conference.
Again, a press conference. Yeah.
Just sounds like one of them things you just say just to appease the media, right? Because you're not using the guy. Like, come on, you give him a Grimsby game and that's it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, geez, PSG got. I've just seen it. They're playing Lens, but Dembele injured, Doué injured, and Carver injured. Oh dear, it's not going to be good for them going forward.
Oh wow.
So, because especially with the Champions League starting next, but anyway,
quite a few injured there, isn't it? Like, I mean, that's where the manager earns his money. He's going to be able to bring in the academy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, to play his system. I think that'd be all right for a bit. I mean, you know what? Yeah, don't you think Enrique's bought himself some time with that last season? I think you can have a little bit of a fall off. It's a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't disagree. Oh, this is the full thing. Let's see. Amram may not being a starter in the Premier League. Sometimes it's a coach's opinion. I remembered Vitinha wasn't playing for Wolves, and now maybe he's the best midfielder in the world. Yeah, and Wolves almost got relegated, and Vitinha came from PSG. So there we go. The way I play is completely different from the previous manager. I watch, and that's true. I watched all Premier League matches, and you could really feel that United was a transition team. Kobe was the only one calming the game down. Today, we have another player who calms the game down. Who's that? Who's that? Who's the player that calms the game down? It's not Ugarte. It's not Fernandes. Who calms the who? Today we have another player. Who's that, Amram? Ugarte is a destroyer, so he disrupts the things like that. But his ball control is not that great. And Bruno is a 10. So I don't know who, unless you're talking about Casemiro, although he's slightly older. But if you're saying Casemiro, okay, I guess. We play differently, and as a result, I sometimes expect more from Kobe Mainoo. I know he's capable of it. Maybe if I play him more, it will be hard to take him out. Sometimes it's not fair, but I have to follow what I feel. I know he starts the European final for Team England, has a lot of time to play. I know that, but sometimes I see things differently. Well, how you're seeing things differently is currently getting us 4 points from 4 games. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Eddie, I'm not Amram out. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is I need evidence. That's all I'm saying. Because every other manager up to this point, whatever you say about Oli, Ten Hag, Mourinho, all these other players, none of those players had the record that Amram has had.
You know what? I'll say this. I'll defend this coach a little bit. Yeah, even though he is abject of ideas. Yeah, this guy is. We know the baggage he's taken on. Yeah, I know when people say, "Oh, these are not your players," they are your players because you come in and you inherit them, and then you have to get them on the side. I get it, but you are taking on a team that's been in free fall. Yeah, embarrassing seasons upon a season. So I don't know why this young coach, or why Ineos would think this young coach would have it in him, the experience to get people on side and to wrestle the media and to do your tactics, do all these stupid interviews that I know have been distracting him and has been that's got to be frying his brain. Where if he's not doing media interviews, he could be thinking about tactics and doing his homework. Surely that's affected him. So this is why I'm taking. That's why I'm just Glazers out. If you ask me about what Man United need to be doing, Glazers out. I know it's not realistic, but I don't see it happening. Maybe I could be wrong because, like you're saying about Ineos, they could do a Chelsea where they start to grow and actually make some right decisions. I'm not sure because as fans, we can see you need to get a midfield before an attack. How do we see that as fans before the institution? I don't like that.
The only thing I would say is that at the end of the day, we probably would have if we got Champions League football.
We would have got the
midfield. I think if we got on Champions League football, we got the money from that, and I think we would have got midfield. I also think I think people severely underestimate Manchester United not beating Spurs in that final, because if we'd won, no doubt either one of Delap or Gyökeres we would have got, or potentially both for a reasonable fee. No doubt, 100%, no doubt. And then
RDS, real quickly, RDS, you still get the midfield no matter what, though.
No, surely. I know, but what I mean is that those signings would have been done, aside from Cunha, would have been done earlier on. Because you've got the money, you've got certainty, etc. The issue is that because we didn't, it was like, right, okay, we need to now do a lot of offloading. And the problem this summer was that there was no we didn't offload any of our players until basically, aside from Rashford, who actually took the initiative to try and go to Barca and cut down his wage, almost every player we tried to offload, we did it in the last day. Anthony, Sancho. Did we actually offload Sancho? Yeah, we did. He's went to Villa. Anthony Sancho, Garnacho, when we paid him, all those players offloaded on the last day of the transfer window.
Okay, yes, I get what you're saying, yeah, and it's been mentioned, isn't it? Yeah, but if I'm a club that's got 200 million for a front three, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to be better in terms of sorting out my midfield, yeah, before I try and go for that cherry on the top. Because we're seeing you can have whatever you want up front. If you starve what's up front, there's no point of having that up front. You've got to build your midfield no matter what the context is.
In fairness, well, I agree with that. Last season, in the season before, Manchester United created a lot of chances. We have to also be fair in that when we look at a lot of the games, the amount of chances that we weren't able to put away because our attack wasn't good enough was almost obscene. So I agree. In an ideal world, United get a new attacker and maybe a new forward and get a new midfielder. That for me is what did.
Sorry, I would need to see the highlights of what you're seeing in terms of stats, because I saw Højlund getting starved. Yeah, I know he's not making as many good runs as he could make as well, but I'm not seeing that XG on the eye test from what I've seen. I just, yeah, you've got to get that midfield, man. Højlund's a young player you could work on.
Of course, but I mean, we're saying that it's on, but we're also saying that we almost need to have like a world-class midfield in order to basically score goals. I think some of that.
Up front.
Sorry,
you got to serve you up front, because what I saw is like a lot of these players, they cut in and they try a shot instead of trying to serve the forward. That's terrible.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's on the forwards though, isn't it though?
No. I mean, I'm seeing like the 10 or the wing back cutting and shoot instead of crossing properly. That's what I was seeing. I've seen a lot of that. I wasn't seeing the Højlund miss open goals or one-on-one chances.
There were a lot of chances that Højlund missed last season. There were a lot of chances that Højlund missed, and the thing is, I don't blame the kid, because it wasn't just him. There were other players, other forwards that. I'm not saying that we couldn't create more, but I can understand why Ineos were like, and obviously Amram, because it was Amram, it wasn't Ineos. Amram said, right, I want you to get me a better attack. And then I need a new goalkeeper, obviously. I think a new goalkeeper was obvious. I think anyone could say that we need a new goalkeeper. Then the midfielder. So, and we could have got a new midfielder if we let Bruno go for 100 million. Or we qualified for Champions League football. So I always knew that we were never going. Where I agree with you is that I didn't understand getting Cunha and Mbeumo. Like, you get one of them, and then maybe you get Sesko. Oh, it's second half time now, and you get Sesko or Jokros or whoever. We don't get Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko. You could have maybe used that additional money for either one of Cunha and Bremer, although I think that I probably, on the balance, difficult, because I think they're both good players and they've both got the Premier League experience, and their numbers in the Premier League last season were really good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Adias. I would just end for my argument is that it's not enough of Højlund being the problem. I think it is, like I said, you've got to serve the forward more.
He was one of the problems,
even more than last year. It was players cutting in and shooting and not crossing to the forward.
Oh, good. Okay, well done. Corner, okay. To be honest, the last time I saw United play with a forward was with Ronaldo. That was the last time I saw. I said, when I saw that you could clearly see that they were playing to him, but that was because of Ronaldo, his presence. It's like, I demand the ball. I'm going to take the responsibility. I'm going to be that guy. Now, he was obviously old and obviously struggled a bit.
I would also say Lukaku's first season too.
Exactly, yeah.
And then that fell off.
I didn't think he even fell off that. Like, I can't remember the last season he had. I mean, he certainly scored. He was certainly still in double digits, if I remember.
He was getting the standard thing you do as a forward. One goal every 2 games. He was getting that.
I mean, that's better than what I thought. That's better than what I thought to begin. So
yeah.
I would take that right now. I would definitely take a 1 goal every 2 game forward right now than us sort of trying to kind of, and it's not like back then we had, a functional. I mean, Pogba, Fernandes, Fred, Tom McTominay was a functional midfield. I would argue I don't think United really had a functional midfield since Sir Alex Ferguson left.
I mean, even under Ferguson, it's always been an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, remember we had like O'Shea midfield, Giggs midfield, getting Scholes back at retirement midfield.
Yeah.
Why has it always been an issue?
No,
I don't get it. And
I
then
don't know why.
Anderson and Cleverley for a bit, which was like, okay, that's all right. And then that fell off. And then we had, was it Hargreaves for a little bit? And then you got tendonitis, and then that fell off. It's like, there's not been enough good midfielders for United.
Obviously, Carrick was good, What's happened?
Carrick.
Yeah,
Carrick was good.
What's
Carrick
happened?
Goals, man. That was awesome.
That was Maswari.
What happened there? Did you get a knee in the face?
Yeah.
Ooh, butt cheeks in the face, man. Oh, that's concussion settings, man.
Yeah.
Hope he's all right. What happened to Maswari's hair, though, man? It seems like he just lost it over. Oh,
I don't know.
That looks like he's getting some surgery on that, though. That looks like certain. Can you see? Like, looks like something's happened. Like something scalped him.
What have I got? Also, I should have seen in the comments. Ashworth said these players don't suit Amram's style. The only thing we've changed is the forward line. I mean, yeah. It's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a simple person. I'm kind of like, for me, like, there is no. In order for a manager to get what they want, they ultimately have to earn it. Like, I appreciate that people say, well, if we get the 10 of them players and they play a specific starts, like, most managers don't have the time, especially in top level football, to get 11 players that fit the exact, unless you're basically Pep Guardiola and you've got access to unlimited funds and you're not going anywhere. That's just not the case for most managers in the Premier League. So, for me, the best managers are the ones that are able to adapt and adjust to what they have. And then when they have that, and when they build on that, they can then begin to say, right, I'm going to get this player, I'm going to get this player, you're out, and so on and so forth, because they've obviously got the fruit. United on the attack again here.
Okay. Oh, there was something there. I like the transition, but gets to the edge of the box and then.
Well, that was again a lot of that again this season and last season again. Transition, getting to the box, doing stuff, but not really taking our chances.
Well, I hear what you're saying. Like, the initiative from Amorim has been diabolical. Like, you have to be able to see the intent, so you can say, "Oh, I can see the idea there." He probably needs a better player for that idea.
Yeah.
But not seeing enough of that. So he's a young coach, man. I think ultimately it's the inexperience where he probably does have the intellect, but it's being blocked by being nervous or, the whole pressure thing. Pressure can just turn a smart guy into an idiot. If you don't know how to handle it, you can just assume like you're stupid. I've been through stuff like this where I'm like, I feel scared, but I know better. But I feel like running.
Yeah.
And it's like, we see Amorim against Grimsby, like just sitting where you can't watch penalties. And you're thinking, what's going on with this guy, man? He looks scared. So hopefully he's got some therapy or something like that can help him get some emotional intelligence going. Because I think that's his problem, to be honest. Because you said that quote about, okay, Amorim's going to do what he feels, right? I think it was during the Manu thing you were talking about. I don't like a manager saying stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, he said he's quite an emotional manager. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I'm a simple guy. I'm like, I need to show me the results.
I'm not.
Like
You
it's
need
as
the
simple as
honestly,
that,
you need the
really.
balance. Isn't it? Oh. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's game over. 2-0.
I mean,
Nah, whatever. It's
there's,
over.
there's time,
Nah, it's not, man.
but that was
We've
a
not
good
showed
goal.
what I've seen is what I've seen from United under this margin before, which is look decent in moments, have some opportunities, not finish, and then concede, which is not good enough ultimately. So I mean, let's see what's
There's
up.
enough people marking Haaland. I don't get how he gets this
Yeah,
chance.
so
Come on, man. Shaw sees the run. Shaw's finished. Sorry, whatever I was saying earlier, just delete what I was saying about Shaw.
so well, the
He's
manager
just
wants
how
him.
slow he is.
Come on, Shaw, you've got to do better than that.
Yeah, finished. If
Yeah,
you can't read or
but maybe
react,
it's the
you're
strength. I don't
finished.
know, but it's the strength. But yeah, there's nothing that so. But hey, he's better than Hayden. He's better than fine. Like I said, I really, that's why I know that people didn't like when Garnacho went, what he did. But there was a part of me that was like, he does have a point in the sense that Garnacho and Mainu, these guys did moments and did things that got you to the final. Shaw and Mount were injured for goodness knows how long, and then your reward is to just put them into a final and not pick or focus on the people that got you there. Like, but okay, fine, like, and at the end of the day, okay, as I said at the beginning of the game, you set up in a quite defensive way. You've now got 2 goals. You've now taken 2 goals. So what's the point? You're defensive. Like you're not attacking. So you've got the people there. You conceded 2 goals. So what? Are you just gonna still keep a defensive shape until they score a third one before you maybe bring on an attacker, or you maybe sort of try and chase the game or something? I don't know.
Amarim said he's only got one idea in the press conferences last season. That's all I remember him saying. That's when I was really like not being sure about his manager. He said, "I've just got one idea." Maybe there was a little bit of translation in the English that was like a little bit wrong, but it seems like he just has one idea.
2-0, yeah. So what am I seeing? I'm seeing what I've always seen.
Oh, how has he missed that? Okay. This could really get bad. This is where Amarim's got to change something. Then that's crazy. That's.
Let's see what happened. They're playing with us now.
Yeah, this is silly. Come on.
Let's have a look. It's a mess. Who was
that?
Who passed it back? Oh,
I think it's Bugatti, maybe.
Of course, but guys, he's guys. According to our manager, him and Bruno definitely 100% far exceed anything that Mainu and it looks like Casemiro could do. Off the post, man, that should have been in. That should have been game over. It hit the post. And by the way, this is not me saying that if Mainu comes on, things get better, but I've not seen anything from the midfield today that you can tell me that is functional going forward. So I don't know.
I think one of the biggest things as well is that Amarim's not thought, okay, you know what? There's too many gaps in the midfield. Even though it's not a good midfield, how about I put an extra guy in there? Why? I don't get why that is rocket science to this guy. Because
he wants to play this because he wants to do this. My system relies on fullbacks, but they're not even okay. You've got Dorgu who does this thing. Okay, fine. Matsuari, I don't actually think he's a fullback. He's a right back, defensive back, but he's not a fullback.
So why can't he invert them then, like to tuck in and help midfield?
I don't know. Oh my goodness! Good tackle. Good tackle by who was that? Was that Shaw?
I don't know. I'm a little bit rattled by just the feeling I'm getting of this could be a battering. I just don't want to. Come on, man. It's been too many batterings. That's terrible. Fernandez, you're over with Fernandez. He just does that thing. You know, he plays like he's taking set pieces in almost every play. That's why I don't like Fernandez. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
gamble, no link up hardly. That's been the biggest.
Eddie, every
problem
United fan I saw on Twitter was saying we can't sell the guy because he's our best player and he makes the team work. And he's not. And to be fair, I don't disagree. When he's not in the team, we definitely are worse. But that doesn't mean that you don't go and get a better player.
It's almost like saying we're bad, but then with that Bruno, we're shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's different levels of not,
yeah,
it's not good
exactly.
either way.
Like, why don't we just get a better? No.
What's happened there? Do you think it's amazing how clear hindsight is, right? Because this Man United has tried going from Ole and Jose's pragmatic ball to the high press, completely messing it up with Ten Hag and Uncle Ralph, and then trying to go back to this,
just
whatever this pragmatic ball is. This is like, I don't know what this is, but you should never have tried to have Ole try this high press and then try and go high press with Ralph halfway through the season. That for me is just open this gaping wound in whatever this philosophy is for this team.
But we've never been this bad. I'm sorry.
There's no identity. Because I bet people are saying, "Oh, I should have just kept Ole. We would have just kept doing top four." It's like Man United. There, it's
I don't necessarily think. I think that I do think the Ronaldo signing didn't help with it, even though I liked him. So I do think that it kind of caused some disruption up top, and you can't play him and stuff like that. But and then after that, almost all of our attacking talent basically just went. But I don't know. But I say all that at the end of the day, like for me, the stats are important. Like whatever you say about all of those things, at the end of the day, none of those managers got 28 points out of 29 games.
When you keep saying that, yeah, I just it hurts to hear that.
Yeah,
that's relegation.
Like put aside like if any other team in the league manager gets that, they're getting sacked.
Yeah.
Forget about Manchester United, Palace, Fulham, Sunderland, any sorts of thing. They're getting so. It's not me saying that's what I want, but it's like you've got to at some point. Football is a fundamental results business, So you got to win. So I brought up the Chelsea scenario because eventually, even though Ineos loved Potter so much because he was their guy, they got the research, they brought in Brighton people, they did all the different things to set things up for long term. At the end of the day, it became untenable, and they sacked him. And then they did a few more times, and they've got Maresca, and now they're at least better than they were before. Well, they're world champions, aren't they? So,
yeah, I really did hate what they did to Graham Potter. But
no, I didn't like it. Wow. Oh, unlucky in Burma. That was a good shot.
Yeah, I don't know how my streams ended up ahead of yours. Now I was behind you.
I think it's because it's probably the buffering from sports. Probably.
That is a proper shot from Mbuma there. Imagine that going in. And that's my issue sometimes with Man United. It's either nothing's going on, or it's or Worldy could be scored.
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay, is there no middle ground where you can just kind of
create opportunities to score, create opportunities and score? Almost free. We are wasting time. It is never going to work with Amram. Now we need goals, but he will make the substitutions.
But Mainey's on though. I hear what Red Devil Radar's saying. Like, okay, Maguire is coming on. Radar's kind of right.
Maguire, man.
Maguire's on. Nice.
He can score goals from set pieces, man.
Yeah, from the headers. Need that big head on there.
Maguire on for Euro.
Now I just need Heaven to come on. Need another defensive guy. Watch Maguire score with his first touch. Go on. That counter on here. That's terrible from the Dorgu.
Good tackle.
Oh, come on.
Offside. Dorgu.
So Mainu on for who?
Maswari.
That's right. And then Maguire on for.
So I'm assuming that means that Ahmad will go to right fullback. Either Mainu will go into the 10 position or Bruno will go into the 10 position, and then Mainu will sit deep.
It needs another change. He's got to change this. Not with just. I don't think 2 subs is enough, man.
I've already conceded defeat, unfortunately. So I've not seen enough from United this game that they can even score a goal. Like, we've had opportunities, but we've not been able to create what I would say is a clear goal scoring opportunity.
You've got if you're a manager with some proper bravery, you got to get Xerxes in there and say,
I don't know why I did feel like every time Xerxes come on, we've been able to sort of, but you know.
Why did Maguire need to come on? I don't get why Maguire. Oh, okay. Wait, Shaw. Why is Shaw still on then?
Shaw didn't come off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is he still on then?
He came on for Euro.
For Euro. So Euro needed to come off. Why?
I don't know. Got no idea.
It's easy to talk as fans, but it's like we talk logic a lot of the time. If you're pressing, you need to be able to hold up the ball up there. So you get Xerxes on, surely. No? Mainu's a good one. I say well done for Mainu. But come on, man. I'm not sure who would take who would you take off for Xerxes? I'm taking off the captain. I'm taking off Bruno off, man.
Yeah, I would have taken off Bruno for Xerxes, because Bruno's probably gone into the 10 now. But again, it's just like it feels like we've almost given up now. Although I mean, City are probably setting their shape and it's fine. So let me depress myself and see where we are in the Premier League, because so 14th, 4 points, -2 goal difference.
I just don't ever want to hear goal difference for Man United again. How's it always negative? Negative every season. No. Oh, it's just crazy. Shaw's so funny. Like, Shaw just plays like he's just clocking into a warehouse job. Just but bare, not even the minimum.
I don't really know. I mean, but fans love him. What can I say? Like, fans love Bruno. They love Shaw. They love these guys. So I don't. What do you want me to say? Like,
I'm contradicting myself now, because I was actually for Shaw. Like,
you see Liverpool with all the signings and stuff, and we're like, yeah, we've got Luke Shaw. Like, okay. Okay, then if you're happy with Shaw and Bruno, then we can't then be unhappy that we're nowhere near Liverpool's. This is what we can't be unhappy if we're happy with Shaw and Bruno's and that type, and even people like Mount, and then we're like, oh, we're 14th.
I get it, like, to a certain point, not overall. I get it, like, in moments where you're just trying to be positive for your team.
Well done, Mainu. Oh, sorry, Ahmad. Sorry to got the ball there.
And Bumo time. Oh,
come on.
Yeah. So they call it toxic positivity, don't they? When it's like you're being delusional about your positivity, but I get people wanting to see the good stuff that's happening. I get it. But yeah, this Ineos has really got to get the philosophy right, or the identity get that right.
Yeah.
This is confusing.
And Bournemouth's looked good. He's trying. Cause I'm trying to think of the positives here as to who's been okay better. I'm just like, okay, maybe Delit and Burmo. That's all I've got so far. Lucky Dorgu.
I'm thinking, and I'm like, this is just not a game for rating individuals. From what I'm seeing, it's like they're doing a little bit of basics, and then that's it. This is where your captain's supposed to show up now. Bruno time. Go on then, Bruno. Give it back to Bruno. Don't try that, man. Just keep it simple. All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, wow. No way.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is awful.
Who was that?
Awful.
Who was that? Who was that?
Oh.
Don't worry, guys. Trust the process, okay? Trust the process.
Just when like a team that's on top of the possession is supposed to be getting something going.
What happened? Who lost the ball here?
Is that Luke Shaw? Or Maguire? Luke Shaw and Maguire, the Chuckle brothers that survived since Ole. Just here to sabotage, man. Just on them contracts that keep them relevant. Can't trade them on. They're on stupid contracts. Yeah.
But again, look, it's the coach. It's the coach, though.
It's the coach.
Why did Maguire have to come on? Oh, we brought Maguire. So we brought Maguire on so that he could what? He could maybe score a header or do something. But you also have an attacking number 9, Xerxes, who could also come on, but you're not going to do that. Okay.
Oh, he's got his celebration back as well. Well done. Well done to Haaland. He's on a hat-trick now. You get the hat-trick, innit? When you're on top, you don't concede counterattacks like that. That's the most foolish thing I've ever seen, man.
No, but it's Onana's fault, though. We've conceded 3 goals because it's Onana. Because United fans like this thing where we will blame an individual player, and if we get rid of that individual player, then somehow magically everything will somehow correct itself. So Onana's not here, and we're 3-0 down to City, and we look bad. So maybe it's not the fault of just one individual player, and maybe when you have that player in another team, actually, because it's functional, it might actually work. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So I think Sanchez as a keeper is actually, Roberto Sanchez is actually worse than Onana in the Chelsea goal. I think he's worse. But Chelsea look like a decent team, and they can score goals. The midfield is one of the best in the league.
No, wait, sorry. Hold on. Onana is the worst keeper I've ever seen at a Premiership level. He can't dive. At least Sanchez can dive, bro.
Yeah, there's one goal in particular I saw that Sanchez conceded. I was like, I don't even know how that's even possible. Oh, wait, 1 second.
Nah, Onana sucks, bro. It was like Yakubu in goal. He sucks.
But he was fine for Ajax. He was fine for Inter.
Yeah, cool.
That's my point. Like this, he's okay. He's bad, but how is it that he was able to do so much for Ajax and Inter? They were able to get so much. Now he's not here, and we're 3-0 down, maybe 4 or 5. Because with the amount of time that's left, there's still 20 minutes to go. And this is not me saying that he's great, but it's just that, like, as I kept on saying and I keep on saying, it's just if you think that the reason why your team is because of one player, one individual, it's just not going to work.
I get you, man.
I've not seen anything from this game from this team where I'm like, I can even take from this at all. Like, what can I take from this?
You know what you can take? You can take that it's not already completely far gone. Yeah, as in there is a mathematical chance to come back in 18 minutes. What you can take.
Let's at least get a goal.
You can take that it's not 5-0. Oh, you can take that it's not 5-0 already.
Can't be offside in your own half. No, you cannot.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how much space he had to stay on side. That for me was sickening.
I remember we conceded a goal. Was it under Ollie? I think when we were away. Was it to PSG or something? And it was like Matic, and I remember that day, and it was from a corner, and we conceded from it, and Matic was like in a similar position. It was just kind of like, what the? How's?
I can't believe you remember that.
Man, like RDS, bro. Don Smoke, you always seem to come out. Interestingly enough, when we're getting cooked. So, but you seem to not be present. Like last season, I didn't know where you were when we beat you at Etihad. You weren't there, So I hear you. I will take the smoke. So, but like it's just. It would be nice for you to be around when your team also lose and hold smoke. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to you.
Come on this time, RDS.
I mean, I don't know if we concede another. I'm not going to do a match reaction, man. So I'll just keep the stream going and be like, yeah.
Oh my!
I was locked. Oh right. Oh bro, sorry. Sorry. Okay, freedom at last. Then. Jeez. Okay. Sorry, brother. Sorry, bro.
Are you sure that's not a joke?
I mean, I hope it's a joke. I'm hoping it's a joke. If it's not, then sorry to hear that. I think it's probably the best way to explain that. Well, let's have a look at the table. So, 4 points from 4. We are. Well, I mean, I'm aiming for top 7 to be honest. So, or top 6. So we are 3 points from.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, Ryan. We're just looking at Ryan. Is just crap nowadays.
I don't know what's right.
That should be 4.
It should be 4.
I was waiting there, like, because I know Matty's ahead with his stream. I was like, okay,
almost 4. I can't watch this anymore either. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Thanks, man. This should be a goal. What is this rubbish?
So
good.
I think the coach got his formation wrong from the beginning. I just think tactically this just hasn't worked. I've not seen anything from the coach to tactically change anything. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
By the way, Sesko is going to get it, from people that don't understand about
why would he
not
so for something like this, I don't like. I agree with you. I don't think this is because the issue is not you're right. Like we're not created for the forward, but also like the manner in which we conceded goals. This game is a collective problem. Like because these are the games where I do question the manager because it's not blaming an individual person for this or that. This is a collective issue.
Yeah.
Like at every single position, I could go, well, okay, why are the defenders doing this? Why are the fullbacks doing this? What's in the midfield? What the attack? Like, it's just the system or whatever is just not working. And throughout this game, I've not really seen, one of the things that fair enough to Mourinho and others, etc., that I'd be like, right, okay, I see why you did that, and I see how you changed this, so we can sort of counter, so we can do this. I've not seen this here.
I just want to know who did the research on Amorim. Like, did they think that his first idea is so good? Well, you don't need a plan B. Because I don't get how you don't get, if you're an institution that knows the Premier League, you need to be adaptable. Yeah.
We're lucky
see Thomas Frank with 1 or 2 or 3 ideas or formations. 3-5-2, can change into different types of that formation. This guy cannot adapt to 3-4-3 to save his life.
To be honest, I'm gonna be more annoyed if we can't get a goal, because
I don't care about that in this point. Why would you care about
I care about it. I care about it because it's the precedent of not being able to score goals. Because if we are, if we're in a situation, right, especially from open play, where we're again like last season, where we're going to struggle to score, then we are going to be in trouble this season. We're going to be in serious trouble.
I get you.
At least if I'm like, right, okay, we conceded, we're sloppy, we're not going to, but you've at least been able to get one, maybe two potentially. Then when we then play against some, when we then play against a lot of these grub teams, I know we can at least put them away. But what I'm looking at is like, we are literally going to be in a relegation battle here. We are actually going to struggle to put away teams because we can't score.
I completely agree. You've got to put something in the tank for the next game, innit? Like you've got to get a bit of confidence, a bit of consolation to take into the next game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
sure. Like, who did City play before? Where they were.
Yeah, I thought you were saying just the goal out, just for the sake of
it. Just something to hold on to, but also to prove that they can.
Yeah. You contextualized it well.
To Brighton, Spurs scored 2, and then 4.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So, but
because what's happening now is like Man City are just saying, just come and attack us. We're not worried.
Yeah, and they're not. Why would they be?
You need to, if you're attacking, you've got to control your attack. You've got to force the other guys to defend. Yeah. And okay, they're not going to win the game now, but show you can do something.
Yeah.
For a goal. I get what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
I don't see these guys doing it.
No.
He hates Xerxes. Then he hates Xerxes.
Because to me, I actually think Xerxes. I don't use some baller because I think it's overrated, but like for me, Xerxes links things up a lot more.
And Mbeumo's trying just go.
Yeah, and Mbeumo. If I had to give a man of the match, it'd be Mbeumo. I don't. It's everyone else. So Xerxes on for
man of the match is non-applicable, bro. Oh
like,
wow, okay, Xerxes 10 minutes, cool.
Yeah, when Xerxes comes up, like for me, he.
Why you pump? This guy doesn't understand what he's got. Then why are you putting Xerxes up front?
Exactly.
Like for like changes, like his name's David Moyes.
Yeah,
like you can't
put Xerxes now. Yeah, I would have had like for me, Cunha not being here. Like one of the things that I like about Xerxes, I'm not saying it's perfect, is that like his hold up and link up play is good. Anytime I see Xerxes play, he at least tries to link people up. So when we're talking about creating things for the striker, Xerxes is someone who looks like he can create. So I don't know why you couldn't play Xerxes and if it was me, I'd have played Xerxes and Bruno behind. If you must insist on playing Bruno behind Sesko, and then you play Ugarte and Casemiro if you don't like Mainu.
Yeah, sounds better than what this manager's doing.
I don't know, but then again, you're right. It's easy to say things like this, but I don't know. Even as you said, that substitution, it's like, I guess, he's Sesko's managed minutes, fitness, so it's fine, but I don't know.
This is way too comprehensive for this City side to be doing.
Exactly.
I'm just remembering what.
Yeah, this City side is not like, it's okay. I mean, it's not a crap City side, but like it shouldn't be doing this. Like,
and all them injuries. Mbeumo's trying, man. Yo, give Mbeumo that goal. He's trying for that goal of the month. Give him that goal of the month, man.
But he's been the closest, to be fair. Like that's the problem. Like he's like no one else has even become close. So it's like I can see how Bromo in a more functional team, like Brentford was under what's his name, the what's his name, the now Tottenham manager, like who was a good manager and who had board. Oh, I get why Bromo had like 25 GA last season in all competitions.
Yeah.
Or I think it was just the Premier League. I understand that.
Yeah,
Thomas Frank. That's the year. Here, and on this United side, I mean, he's going to struggle to get 15.
I might raise you and say 10. I mean, Red Devil Radar says Mbuma only shining light. Yeah, imagine if Cunha was fit. Yeah, might have had a bit more of a chance because I think he's better.
Yeah, I agree. Cunha's better. Yeah. But again, it's like. But again, I'm like, well, again, it shouldn't be this easy to play for United's midfield.
They like this switch of the play, which what's it? Okay, go on then.
Thomas Frank.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh,
I don't blame Mbuma. You know
yeah,
why?
lucky Mbuma. Yeah, that's.
You know why I don't blame Mbuma for that?
Yeah,
that was clearly a shot. That's clearly a shot from Ahmad. That's clearly a shot. How can you even control that?
Yeah. If he just play, it is a shot. It must have been a shot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
it's a shot. It's
unless
a shot.
Mbuma has the reactions of a cat.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's a shot. That's not. Yeah, like that. You can't.
How's that a corner?
Yeah, that's oh wait, it's a corner to us. How?
Are you telling me that keeper is that good to save it without us even seeing the save?
Maybe it was a deflection then gone or something. I'm sure, but corner.
That's crazy.
I also think Bruno's deliveries are better than Bruno's. Oh. And Bruno, take our free kicks and set pieces from now on, man. Just like your delivery's better. Oh well.
Oh wait, hold on. Is Casemiro's onside from this? Are you telling me? Huh? Are we serious with what we're watching right now?
Yeah, but I mean, even that, I'm like, you saw it late. I can't really be like, I'm not going to go in on the players that have just come on that are actually getting into opportunities to score with only 10 minutes to go when we've had 70 something minutes of people who.
Yes, that's bad. That's bad. If he's on the side, that's horrible. What he's just done there. He had time. He had time to react to that. Unlike Mbuma, like that was. I think he hit it with his shin as well, didn't he?
But this is what I'm saying. But look at. Let me see how many shots United have. Let me see the stats now. Let me see the stats. 8 shots, 2 on target, 54% possession. City had 5. So City 5 shots on target, 3 goals, 10 shots in total. So 50% accuracy as soon as the goals go well. More than 50% accuracy when they've got the shots on target. But yeah.
Do you take anything from them stats?
Just that it just adds to the fact that we're just too easy to play against. If it was like, 20 shots and you concede 1 goal, then that tells me that like you're difficult to play against. But they had 5 shots on a goal and 3 of them went in. Same reason when I think against Burnley when we had and some of them we had 20 plus shots and only 2 went in or So that just means that the team is difficult to play against. But yeah, Haaland now infused.
Man City have been given life from this game.
Yeah,
They look like the old. At times, they look like
Yeah.
old City. Not
Yeah.
not completely. Definitely not completely. But at times.
I said that the way I sort of see it is that this game is going to sort of liven up or start someone's season. So this game, City winning this game, it's going to like begin to start their season. United, and all it takes is Chelsea to get a dub next week at Old Trafford, and then they'll be in a crisis again.
This is the thing. It's like the overall. I mean, from my point of view, it's the overall thing is a crisis. It was a crisis before ball was even kicked this season.
Yeah,
it was a crisis last season.
Yeah,
it was a crisis the season before that when Ten Hag was doing his flipping dumb stuff that he was doing. Right. I mean, the only good season I remember in recent times is the Ten Hag first season, where we just looked like, okay, this is actually time for Man United to come back now. What was it? Top 3 finish on the cup? Respect on our name again? I was like, okay. The football wasn't that good, but I was like, okay, he's building. And then fall off a cliff. I'm like, this is another false dawn. This is crazy. And then now it's happening again. So, yeah, it's very tiring, man.
Yeah,
I'm Glazers out, man. Until I don't think things are going to change, mate.
If Man United players collapse, it could be in the Ram room.
I don't care about Amram at all at this point. I just know he's literally being sacrificed. He's a guy that has not been given the proper basis to succeed. You shouldn't blackmail this guy into coming halfway through a season and say, "Oh no, we're not going to come for you later on. This is your only chance. You have to come now when it's really bad." And then you've dirtied up this manager that could have had a fresh start. Dirtied them up, man. This guy doesn't know what he's doing now. So it might as well be a Portuguese Ten Hag, man. It's what are we doing here?
I to be honest, I remember already when we were Ten Hag, and I remember at the end of the season, this was I think since treble season, and you said we finished a certain level, and I was like, oh. And I was saying, oh, you were saying, oh, he's doing well, finish his position. I was just kind of like, I need to be convinced. I just haven't sort of ever since Ollie got sacked. Just with the nature of it, I think I was very much like, if I'm going to get emotion invested in this club and this manager and whatever it is, the players, the owner, the manager, like they have to give me something to believe in. They have to give me something to hold on to. They have to give me something to. I'm not just going to kind of just willingly say I support a manager, I support a team until they give me something to support.
Yeah.
And that's still the case till now. Good save. I don't know what Winders is doing there, and that's the same case now. Amram's last season, Ten Hag's 2 or 3 seasons for that. I've just not had anything. Yes, okay, win a cup. I'm not gonna say I wasn't happy that we beat Manchester City in an FA Cup, but and this is further compounded in the fact that I don't even like watching us play. Like we don't even play. Like I could even stomach it if we were like Liverpool under Klopp, where like we were conceding so many goals. But like we were playing like this pressive, this sort of just almost something like that. That was nice to watch on the eye, even though we were conceding 5. He was conceding 5. I'm like, okay, we can improve on that, but at least I can enjoy watching. Under Klopp, so many years I was like, this Liverpool side are just nice to just watch. I'm not saying I don't like them, but
You can see the idea that they were building. You can see it at each level. You can see it.
But just even having like enjoyable for me, football is an entertainment sport. I get this tactics, I get this pragmatic things, but you can buy a lot more time if you actually, when people say, "Oh, well, I spent 90 minutes and that was a good game of football to watch." Like we had a little bit of hope because I was like, "Okay, we played well against Arsenal. I could see what we did." It was like, I was like, "Okay," even though we lost, I was like, "Okay, this looks like this could be an improvement over last season. See what we can do." Oh, unlucky.
Yeah.
But here, you know,
I completely agree with what you're saying. Everything you just said for the past few minutes, is where I'm at. You have to get fans to invest because you're the guys, as the institution, you're selling the product for us to come and sit down and invest our time and money. Yeah. And then
Yassir's saying the same thing. Yeah. You take off Euro to put Maguire only to play an extremely high line. Exactly. I did understand that, like to get the game. So then, but then you took him. So why did you take Maguire? Why did you? That's literally why they were going in behind easily. Like if you're going to press to get behind to get a winner, why you're not going to play Maguire to do that? Like I'd understand if we were if it was like 1-1 or 2-1 or something. You wanted to get a last under bring Maguire on, but anyway.
Can I just ask you, right? Because I've been trying to understand what this whole phenomenon of pressure is right now. Because last time I checked, Man United have not been in a title race for 13 years, yeah?
True.
I'm like, okay, it went down to pressure for top 4, then pressure for top 6. Then it's whatever's going on now, which relegation or you know what I mean. So I'm like, where's the pressure when Man City have title pressure? Right? Liverpool title pressure. Man United don't have that. So where's this pressure coming from then?
I don't know where the pressure is coming from.
So a little theory. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious, isn't it? Because like, the thing we'll cling on to is that Man United have more fans and more popularity. I think it seems to be that kind of thing where it's like Man United are under this kind of pressure of popularity where you have to, you know.
It's the media. It's sort of like, you know, when you watch stuff in the media and stuff like that, you know, especially if you watch a lot of it and absorb it, you can you start to feel the effects of it. You know, I mean, you've probably seen what's going on in England with the Unite the Kingdom protests and stuff like that and all that stuff. You know, now most of my neighbors, everyone's cool. But obviously, if you see all that in the media, if you read it, if you see all that stuff all the time, you'll begin to think that Britain is like, as people seem to be saying, is a country that's about to collapse and there's civil war and all this sort of stuff, because that's all you see representing the media. And for United, I think it's the same. It's just like, because it's a big club, because there's almost every single story, and some of the time is not even true. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. You put it out there, negative things, etc. So I definitely don't believe in like just constantly putting out negative energy out there for the team. But it doesn't matter how media disciplined they are. You're going to see it as a coach and as the manager.
But there's that point as well, and then there seems to be this whole social media thing where it seems like they're trying, because you see it, yeah. We see these guys can't do some basics, and then you see Mbumo trying, or a Diallo trying overhead kicks. It's like, what are you trying that for, like to have a goal of the season, so you can, you know what I mean, you can have that on social media, or there seems to be some kind of agenda to just have like amazing stuff happen, even though you don't have a formula. There's no formula. No, this is a moments team. So it just seems like they're trying to do that kind of that stunting. But did you see on the Manchester United YouTube channel? Yeah, they had try not to laugh. It was Xerxes and Majwari. Whilst the team were in 15th place, they were having this that crap.
Yeah,
it just seems like they're focusing on that kind of thing.
Yeah, the social media. Well, it's a marketing. Social media demand. You need to get money and different things. So, listen,
you can't have that over the football.
Yeah, I'll just quickly change the. So obviously full time now. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 3. I don't know what. I mean, it's obviously get involved in the. In fact, let's put a poll. I'm going to put it. I said, do you want Aram to stay or go? I know that people might say that's bait, but I said, do you want him to stay or go, man? Because
Red
I'm at the
Devil
point where I
Radar
don't
saying
know.
he wants Rude back. I don't know if he's drinking a little bit there in the comments.
Well, maybe Rude would be adaptable. I don't know. I don't really know in this game what the plan was here.
Can I just say big up to Matty real quick though? He said top watch along, man.
Yeah, in fact, Max, I should get that on. Sorry, I'm just trying to change the title here for a second. So, but you know, guys, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Sorry, I go back here. What we got in the comments here? Yeah, top watching Manny saw. Can we get Rude back? I'd rather have him than Amarim. Absolutely pointless and the game already. So Jim is there watching the shit show. He is. He is.
Jim part of the shit show.
He is. So Qatar in, man. Qatar in, man. Qatar in. You know, so you know, I people don't like it, but I was like, listen, at least with Qatar, you know, right, money, clear all the debt. Debt's gone, money, bye. And okay, if it doesn't work, manager does. That's at least, you might not like it, but that's at least something. You know, the debt's cleared, you get in, and you know that Thos will be like, the ownership will be like, well, if it doesn't work, we're in this situation, we're going to go and get another manager because we can. That's just, we're going to be like a PSG or Chelsea model. That's just what we're going to do until we get success because we want success. Right now we just have an ownership that's like, yeah, we'll just, I don't know, looks like just compete for mid-table. You know, just start every season like, right, okay, we will only get what the minimum that we need to try and sort of salvage a thing. Every single season, Manchester United are not prepared. Oh, there's an issue up top. Oh, there's an issue in defense. Oh, there's an issue in goal. Oh, there's an issue in the midfield. Oh, we need to makeshift people into this. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we're never in a situation where we can be like, right, we have the players, you know, to kind of sort of to compete because all of our positions, we've got a decent player that's playing there. Not we're now having to makeshift. Oh, Bruno is now being told he's now playing deep. Bruno's not been playing in that position for goodness knows how many years since he's been at United, yet suddenly now he's now expected to be a deep line playmaker.
It's criminal. That's always criminal to have that.
Ahmad was a winger. Now you're now putting him as a 10 or a kind of a wing back or something to makeshift that. And
yes, I would say that kind of did work last season. I would say that's been the best thing. That's the only thing I've seen that's been good. But the rest of the stuff you're saying is correct. The whole, what is it? Square pegs, round holes.
Controls.
That seems to be the formula. That you can't have that as a formula.
No.
Yeah. It's makeshift. Everything's ad hoc.
No. Raymond, United are just an average team now. No, I would argue even below average.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, if we can. Did I expect us to go to Etihad and win? No. I did expect us to play a bit better, but I didn't expect it. So I'm not like, it's not like I'm like, but you know, if United beaten Fulham and gotten those 3 points, then this result I'd be kind of be like, yeah, okay, yeah, you know, should have been better, but I didn't expect us to win away anyway. And we still got 6 points.
At least a draw, RDS. At least a draw.
Yeah, I don't take it that, but I mean, at least I could say after 4 games, okay, United have 6 points. Yes, we lost to Arsenal City, but we've at least beaten the teams that we should have. And if we continue doing that, United will at least finish, you know, top 7, top 6 sort of time. Maybe nick a win against one team. That's it. But if we're struggling to beat the teams we should, and we're being convincingly beaten by the teams that, you know, we want to compete with, well, then we've got a problem. So, and I just hope that because we have Chelsea, I think if we look at the fixtures again, it's always people saying I love George team. So Manchester United seem to be ruthless in every department except the manager. Well,
but
let's see.
wait. This comes back to what you were saying, Arias, about you can't just blame like, oh, it's not just this player's fault or that player's fault. What other departments are Man United ruthless in? Everything's going wrong almost. I don't, like I was saying, maybe you can see like people like Diallo have been good. That's a very small department.
Yeah.
And where else? And Bruno looked good, but he's literally trying goals of the month every time. Where else has been good? Maybe Heaven. Very small shining lights.
Yeah.
And then the performance against Arsenal. I said this to. I think I said this to you. I didn't even think that was that good.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was just a little bit of organization.
No. But it was United. But it was arguably United. So far in the 4 games he's playing, it's been United's best performance.
That says where the standards are, bro.
Yeah,
right in the bin.
I'm not going to take Burnley. Oh, we played Burnley. No. Yes, okay. We played better football against Burnley. I agree. But one, it was Burnley, and 2, we still conceded 2 goals, so it doesn't matter. I mean, again, you look at the fixtures. Your next 3 are Chelsea at home, Brentford away, and Son at home. We should be beating Son at home. I mean, Brentford, we should. I don't know. They drew against Chelsea just now. They look. You'd think, given that we've taken their best player, that we should be able to beat them. But I don't know. I might feel more optimistic if we can somehow grind out a win against Chelsea. Defensively, they're not that great either, but neither are we. So I don't know. It was a disappointing result, to be honest. But like I said, the scary thing for me is I looked at that game and I was like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't know what we're like. As much as people hate Ollie, at least I could be like, right, okay, I know that like you want to counter-attack transition. That's your thing. So it's predictable. I know what you're doing. Maybe the subs where the players go whatever, but at least I know that's what you're doing. Counter-attack transition, okay, deep, counter, get the players to do that, fine. This, I was just kind of like, I can't see what we were doing here though. Were we trying to hold? Were we trying to use our wing backs to try and create stuff? Were we trying to keep possession? Were we trying to counter? What were we actually trying to do today to win the game, Eddie?
I'll just say this. In little parts, I saw that Man United was trying to contain, right? That's basic. But then playing a little bit of a high-ish, like maybe mid-line in the defense, and then counter-pressing in certain points. But then that seemed to drop off. And it seems like that keeps happening with Amorim stuff. There's a little bit of like, okay, 10 minutes, which is good, and then drop off. Whatever his communication is to the players is worse than Ten Hag. It's worse. Ten Hag at least get maybe a half an hour. This guy gets 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is bad.
But also, if you need to have a game plan for 90 minutes of football. If you know ahead of time that that's what's going to happen, then you need to you need to adapt. You need to adapt to that. The reality is that, like, I can't remember when that first change was. I think it was when they scored the goal. When did we make the first change? I think we took Euro off for some reason, which caused us problems because we were exposed at the back. I genuinely don't know how he could think that bringing on Maguire and having Shaw there, and even De Ligt, because De Ligt's not that quick, and you're going to push up, and you didn't think that you're going to get exposed. Euro is probably the fastest, with maybe Dorgu, defense that you have. And you were gonna was not even Heaven I could maybe get, because he'd be quicker, and you've got like some minutes, but you put a Maguire on.
The only thing I would say to try and defend some of these managers that seem to be lemmings at this point is that maybe these contracts have something in there which says this guy's got to have some playing time at this point. It's like
maybe
because come on, Amorim's got coaching badges. He's got titles in Portugal. He's not stupid. But why is he doing stupid things like what you just said? Yeah. Why is he doing that stupid stuff? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
High line with slow defenders does not. Come on.
No,
Any fan can see that.
It doesn't make Raymond back. Would you take Mourinho back? Jeez. Yeah, Uncle Mo is back, isn't he, man? Uncle Mo is back, man. I mean Mourinho is not looking good. Let's be real. He's not looking good. He's not looking good. The only reason I would take Mourinho back is just purely just for vibes and the fact that at least this guy is so entertaining with what he would say that at least I would watch press conferences, I watch games, and I would at least be somewhat entertained by what I'd see, just purely based on him and who he is as a character. You know,
just for the press conferences. What would be on the pitch, RDS, would be murder on the pitch.
Yeah, no. The football would be. But even then, like, as much as I criticize Mourinho, one of the things I liked about Mourinho was that, like, he wouldn't wait. Like, when he sees something that's wrong, he would react quickly.
Yeah, so he would be like destroyed Eric Bailly halftime against Newcastle. I remember this is what kind of ended Bailly's career at the club.
Yeah,
you saw that Bailly wasn't working. Straight off.
Boom, come in. You know, seen him need to change it. Boom, quick. He was a very reactive. You know, okay. He had his favorites like Fellaini, etc. But one of the things I respected about him was that, like, he wouldn't wait. Like, just like Sir Focus, I never understand managers that kind of like wait to see. Just like this game, it was like we weren't creating anything. We were 1-0 down, so I didn't know what were you waiting for to change, and then we gone 2-0 down, and then you change stuff. Like, what was the plan here? Did you want to get in the game? So you just said, right, we'll just continue doing what we're doing and then hope that someone gets individual brilliance and then we'll get an equalizer. Like, if you're clearly not in control, if you're in control of the game, that's different. But when you're not in control of the game, when you're under pressure, when it doesn't look like you're really creating much, why are you what are you waiting for? And then when he made the subs, they didn't even make sense. Maguire on for Euro and Mainu on for who was Mainu on for again?
I don't
Matswari, sorry. Matswari. I mean, I guess kind of makes a bit of a sense. So, and then Ahmad then came back in the position. Maybe should have done that. I don't know. Because as I said, for me, we set up way too defensive in this game as to contain. Yeah. So, but we still lost.
That's the worst thing as well. You're not even going for it in a derby.
Yeah,
everyone goes back to when, like, Man City were horrible and they used to come and play a game.
Yeah,
maybe sometimes they'd be defensive, but yeah, I remember times they'd come with Benjani trying to have a game.
Yeah,
even though they were crap.
Yeah,
not this containing rubbish.
Yeah, you know, you motivate your team. You're like, go. Like I looked at these players. I'm like, they don't even look up for it. This is the one of the song where I'm just like, there was no even just sorts of, you know, some forceful tackles or something like this just felt like a routine City dub. This didn't feel like a derby. Last year when we went to the Etihad, that felt like a derby. But the returning leg at Old Trafford and
last year,
last year we went to the Etihad. We beat them. Remember
2-1.
Yeah.
Oh, from what I remember, that wasn't even good as well. That
but it felt at least like a derby. Like, especially in the last 20 minutes when we came back in a goal, the City players were giving it, we were giving it, we're wasting time. Like, there was some sort of oomph about it. But the 1-1 draw and then this, it was almost just kind of like, do these guys not know it's a derby? Does it matter? Like, you're going to use that energy to sort of, because even on the previous managers, there was still a kind of like let's give them some bite, let's do something. Here, it's just like, I know what's 2-0 down, 3-0 down, like, you know, it's just
it's awful. For me, yeah. Pep, obviously Man United have to control what they can control, but Pep with his football, has destroyed derbies for me. From what he can control, he's destroyed the whole thing of the emotional side of it. Because do you remember? I think was it 2-0 when Pep went to Old Trafford, or where Ollie was still in charge, and in the press conference he said, "Yeah, we played and then we put the ball in the fridge." Do you remember the "put the ball in the fridge" quote?
Yeah.
I really hate that kind of thing. Turning the game into a training session after a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, because people like Klopp would see that and would be like, okay, no, we're gegenpressing. They're not going to have it their way.
Yeah.
That's what Man United need to do now. Is really, you know what I mean? You got to stop the manager from calming that game down.
Yeah.
Pep loves this.
Yeah.
Loves a little quiet game, boring. We have one or two goals.
Yeah.
The game.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. And today, unfortunately, we gave it to him. We gave it to him today. And obviously, ultimately, City deserved to win the game.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, respect them. But yeah, I mean, I don't. Final thoughts, Eddie. You know, obviously, big up everyone who's watching. You know, in the chat, Atonement, Raymond, you know, Matty, Red Devil, Radarts, Rasmus. You know, everyone that who's by, make sure you like and subscribe, and also check out Eddie's channel as well. Please do. I mean, because I'm a bit bounced now, but final thoughts, Eddie. Like, what next? I guess.
So first of all, thanks to everyone in the chat that got some comments in. Obviously, hit the like on Red Devil Studio, subscribe and all that, and for my channels, Eddie's Football Waffle. I'm going to do some reaction stuff on there. And then, but like more recently, I'm doing football cartoons. So if you like that, get to Prem Proven Tunes is the cartoon one. Final thoughts, right? Final thoughts, bro. There's so much that we've said already. But just to try and be concise with a last point, right? Is Ineos they've got to come out, and they've got to be talking more than the manager, because I'm so I don't even watch the press conferences for the manager now, RDS, because I'm tired of I don't know what you would call a meat shield. That's what the manager tends to be for the whole organization. I need to see Barada or whoever's in charge of the DOF come out and try and tell the fans this is the plan. Not this rubbish optimistic, we're going to go for the title in 2028, because you're not winning anything in terms of a major in 2028. The guys can't play football for a 90-minute game. This is shocking. The guys almost got relegated last season. A great performance for these guys is now almost kind of looking good against Arsenal, which like I said,
and scraping a win against Burnley at home. Yes.
Yeah, last minute flipping penalties. Come on, how many times have we seen that? We've heard the nickname Bruno Fernandes. I'm tired of that. Tired. That's dead. So, like I was saying, this Ineos needs to tell the fans the proper plan. Be humble. The fans are not going to like it, but we need to know what the plan is. What's the football we're trying to do? Don't give it away completely to where the opposition can research and do. There's got to be something.
Well, they know it already, so you might as well try and. But anyway, I see it. But go on.
It's hard for me to really articulate what I'm saying, but it's like we just need to know what the philosophy is and the identity, because I don't want to hear Amorim do things like what you said earlier about talking about Mainu. Oh, blah blah blah. That doesn't mean and then doesn't play him. You're saying positive things about a player, then you don't play him. So we need to hear honesty, and we need to hear a proper plan. This game is garbage. You couldn't beat. This is the worst Man City in how many years? In the maybe when were Man City getting relevant? Was it 2009 or something?
Yeah, about 2009. Yeah.
This is the worst City in 16 years, bro. And they're getting comprehensively beaten like this. Are you kidding me? That's a joke.
Yeah.
So, maybe some therapy is needed for certain people at this club, because whatever that is, Man United could get relegated this season.
Yeah, and at that point as we end, it's just like, I know it's easier for people to dismiss, and yeah, maybe next week you beat Chelsea, you beat Brentford, Sunderland, and you go on a finger run, and things are okay, But at the end of the day, any top club, you have to put your manager and your club in a position where they can have a good season. And United, unfortunately, keep on insisting on basically being makeshift FC, which is or make do FC. We'll make do with this particular thing. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And I always say, a cohesive team will always beat a makeshift team, no matter how much they're paid, no matter how much time they play, because everyone knows what they have to do. Everyone is a. Oh, it looks like Eddie's gone. Looks like it might be a connection issue. Okay, big up Eddie, man. Big up Eddie. Let me just quickly switch that. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. So I hope that Manchester United can obviously get back from this. Did I expect them to win? No. A draw would have been nice, but to see them comprehensively beaten and to not really look like they have a plan, it's not looking good. I hope we can do something against Chelsea at Old Trafford, because if we can't, you're looking at 4 points from 5 games, which is 4 points from 15. That's not good at all. Not good at all. Yeah, for some reason I can't get you in, Eddie, if you're itching, but it's okay. We'll probably end the stream. If United lose against them, then I'm done with them. I mean, I was never for or against, because like I said in the stream, you have to convince me to. I don't have an emotional, or I'm trying to have an emotional connection to the hierarchy or the board of players anymore, because the way I see it, the players, the team, the ownership, they need to give you something to believe in, not the opposite way around. Oh, Eddie's back. There you go. Oops, sorry, Eddie. 1 second.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something was going on outside my house. Some guys were near my car, and I had to just tell them to get away from my car. Domestics. I had to sort some domestics out. Sorry.
Right, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Anyway, I'm rounding up anyway, So, Rob, big up G. This is not a great man. Amram will end up sacking himself if he doesn't change the system. Yeah. Listen. That's better. Yeah. I'll just keep it just as simple as that. It's not. Because I never want to bring out negativity. I'm never going to be like, this man should go sack. No, because that isn't helpful. But at the end of the day, football is a results business, and you can't have 28 points in 29 games and you continue to do that and you think you're going to survive, because no other club is like that. Like Palace, Fulham, Sunderland, Burnley, any other manager that did that and they were like that, we would say, that guy's they're not gonna survive, because that's not, he's had how many games, and I don't know based on the league whether he's even reached 40 points yet.
You know what, Adi? That's real quick. It just makes me sad, because I'm sure I've heard the manager's sacking himself since Jose. And how many managers is that now? Since at least 5, something like that. It's
Ollie. Well, yeah. If you include the actually, Ollie.
It's 4 minimum.
Ragnick.
Yeah. I don't count Ragnick, but yeah.
Yeah. I would see, and this is the thing, like with Ragnick, again, the first couple of games, I was like, I could see what we're doing. I could see what we're playing. I like the way they're playing. This is really good. I can see, I can understand, I get what's going on. And not just a drop off. And rather, once again, than the board being like, right, okay, there's a philosophy here, structuring, we just need to sort of feed into it. We're like, no, we're just going to just tear everything up and throw it away. Ten Hag and see what happens. That 2-man midfield is really costing us just player free. It is.
How many times will you say this, RDS? How many?
Especially the thing is that I know we need new midfielders. If you're going to play two-man midfield, they have to both be combative and leggy, personally, and also good in the ball. They've got to do a lot. And the midfielders with the only midfielder I know that can do it is Mainu, but for some reason Mainu can't do what Amram wants him to do. So then you're now choice between Ugarte, Bruno, and Casemiro, two of which who are old, and one of them who's not that great in ball. And Mega, you're absolutely right. Fred would have suited this formation quite well. He would have. As with Wan-Bissaka, funnily enough, so to speak, when we had them, at least in that free position. Maybe not in the going, but to be honest, even in the wing back role, potentially, you know, if you want to go a bit more defensive, etc., like Amram wants to do in some of these games. You know, I'm still Amram in. He needs to fix up results or everything.
I'd like to know why is Amram in. What I don't see anything from Amram.
Maker's usually quite negative, so why I just think it's just that, like I said, for me, it's not about even being in or out. It's just the results will speak for themselves. And it is funny how this match that we got in, that there's certain players that have left that would have actually suited the system that we let go, that weren't good enough for United, would actually be suitable for the system, and that we're now paying more money to get new players to now fit in the system. Makes any sense?
Yeah, the structure is inside out. It's messed up. You know what I'll say? Yeah, for one good thing about Amarim's system that I saw in the Liverpool game, which is probably one of the only good performances. You know, was it 2-2? The one at Anfield.
Anfield, yeah, it was Anfield, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I was seeing Martinez overlap from centre back. I'm like, okay, this must be one of the fundamentals where the centre backs will turn into like auxiliary attacking players, which can overload the team. But it was literally that game, and then why is that dropping off? Why we're not seeing? I mean, I remember De Ligt doing it against Grimsby, but I'm like, I don't want to see De Ligt doing that. He literally has no tech. So you got to have the players to overlap properly. Euro did it a little bit in some games, but then little things like that just fall off. You don't see it again. Yeah.
I know people. I don't know why people. And I've seen people slandering Dorgu. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't think he'd be the. We need to get Sesko scoring, man, because I can't get a 007 narrative of Sesko, man. It's not looking good, man. It's good.
Hey, he's finished. He's finished as long as you can't control midfield. Sesko will be doing the Hoyland, the Hoyland shift.
Yeah. Because I don't know what game number he's on. I'm hoping he'll score against Sunderland if we get to that game of time. See, so we'll see. He got rid of the Deadwood. Yeah, he did get rid of the Deadwood, but I would argue that some of the Deadwood had a point. But we'll see.
Oh, but that's more of an institution thing, isn't it? Like the manager can say he doesn't want players, but it's going to be the director of football on the board that gets rid, isn't it?
Rob says next game Chelsea we will probably get beat again. Same stuff. I mean, I'm a bit slightly more confident at home against Chelsea than I am here. You know, if we can really press Chelsea, I mean, the really thing is we didn't give. I'm hoping that, because I don't know how long Cunha's out. Maybe Cunha might be back before the game. I think that would be a really good help.
What's the injury, by the way? Oh yes,
it was I thought it was a hamstring, but it didn't look so bad.
You know what? Yeah, I think he's getting that because he's getting overplayed already. Like, why would you play him against Grimsby? You shouldn't need Cunha against Grimsby.
We shouldn't have, but we did, unfortunately.
We did have a score us.
Yeah, that should have been, for me. I was like, this is going to be a rest. This is going to be a rest for so many of our players. We'll do so, and it wasn't. You know, it was. I mean, what did they say? Cunha was he? What did they say about Cunha? Forced to draw. Oh, so I don't know. So Cunha, Mason Mount, and Diego Dallo out for this game. I don't know how long it's going to take. We need the guys to be very, very competitive. Their players are eager, so we'll be competitive, but they're out. They cannot help us this game. I don't want to say, if you talk to Kun, if you watch Kun outside, he will say he can play the game. I don't know. We will manage day by day, but okay, so say maybe 20th. So maybe they might be back for the, who knows? We can't utilize Sesko, and so is that people call him a flop. It's not his fault. No, they're definitely not a flop. Definitely not a flop. It's just no different to any number 9 that we had the graveyard shift for. And that's why when people were slating, I remember when Agallo helped us a bit, and people were like, oh, Agallo, I was like, right. But to be honest, like, Agallo, even though he's not a top-rated striker, his striking fundamentals were there. So he was scoring goals because he's a striker, and he's an experienced striker. So experienced strikers can create and score goals themselves. But younger strikers need time to be able to do that. You know, Lewandowski, all these people, Kane, etc. When you get to a certain age, you'll be able to do that.
I'd argue that for Højlund, bro. I'd argue that for Højlund.
Højlund, no, I don't even disagree with Højlund. Even though I criticize Højlund quite a bit, and I do. Just like I said with also Onana, and although I don't think they're the same talent, the principle's the same in that if you blame the way this team is based on one single player, it's just not going to work. Because that player, as we saw, Højlund, he played for Inter the Napoli team, although I guess Serie A is a little bit in a slower pace, but regardless, he scored. Fred worked, and so on and so on and so on. So, you know, there is, for some, United just seems to be built in dysfunction. And the only reason why I would say that we need to keep Amorim is because we can't just keep on, even though I thought the results were sacking, we just can't just keep on changing managers and getting players to play under different managers, different systems, and then confusing themselves.
I don't understand how it's got worse with the Glazers actually getting in people that apparently supposed to know football. Now, how are they doing worse than when? I mean,
I would argue that Ten Hag set the club back quite a bit. Like Ollie, at least, yeah.
No, bro, we saw that first season. Yeah, it was good.
But the first season, there were players that they inherited from Ollie. Give or take 1 or 2. All the majority of the signings that Ten Hag made or products that he's produced are now nowhere near this team.
But some of them are going to be club signings as well, aren't they? Yeah. Or I would say all of them, because they sign off on the players.
I thought it was suspicious that most of the players that Ten Hag brought in were either via his own agency or players that he'd worked with. Not all, but most. I never saw a single manager that was like, yeah, I want Malacia, I want Eriksson, I want all these players that I've worked with before, and also seems to have some connection with agency, with, like I said, with the exception of, I think, Agati, I think. It was always a little bit like, and now most of those guys are being shipped off. Like that for me was sketchy. You know, Eriksson gone. So go on.
I was just going to say, this is why the club has to have its identity then, because if you're financing this guy who's getting in people like Mason Mount, and then for some reason this guy's just injured, or you're getting in a Højlund, he's already injured before he's even signed. Like, so how's the club dumber than the manager then? That the club's dumber then. They're overseeing it.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, what's his name?
Managers, bro.
Well, what's his name? In fairness to Ineos, what was his name? Woodward. The previous that were there. Obviously, they were clearly incompetent. They clearly didn't have the right. Their philosophy was just okay, spend, and and see what happens. And that's what you get, I guess, if you have a banker as a sporting director. I would give Ineos time to at least see what they're trying to, because at least if you're an ownership or your management, the way I sort of see it is that you shouldn't be bringing in players just specifically for a manager. You should be looking at the long-term status of your club. And in the case of Chelsea, their model clearly is right. We want to bring in a lot of young, like most of the Chelsea players they brought in were no. I'm not saying they were not nobodies, but they're kind of like young potential talents from different places. These are not, aside from when they spent 100 on Caicedo and Enzo, most of the players are kind of like, potential talents from Brazil and something like that.
Yeah.
So I can clearly see that it's like, right, okay, what they want to do is they clearly want to challenge, but they also want to turn a profit on a lot of these players, because in how many years' time they can sell João Pedro to whatever for 70, 80 million, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So the way I see this Chelsea team is like, I don't think this Chelsea team is going to be built to win a Champions League or win back-to-back Premier Leagues, etc. But they'll probably compete. They might win one major trophy potentially, and they'll be profitable because they're constantly making money from these youth player sales. That looks like the model that they're going down. They're not going to be like a PSG or like a Manchester City in the prime or whatever. That's United. At least under Ed Woodward, it just seemed to be, or like just spend on the big names, marketing, thing, and it didn't work. And then now we're kind of like in this transition where Ineos are just saying, well, what are you doing here? Are you just going all in to buy players to suit the manager's philosophy? Or are you or do you actually have a plan for the club as a whole going forward? Do you want us to be a youth development team where we just sign potential players, develop them, sell them on, invest that money, maybe one or two big major money signings and do that way? Do you want us to sign experience like we did with signing Acuna and Mbeumo to build up the team? And then, build and build and build and so on? Or do you want to just do big names and sack manager every so often until we get it right, like Real Madrid do?
Can I just say real quickly before I forget? Yes, because you're cooking, and I want to help a little bit because
go on.
You said the Real Madrid one, that Man United are meant to be that. I think. I mean, I couldn't really see it during Ole's time because I wanted someone to come in with a philosophy to go discipline everything, do all the attack, all the all that kind of stuff. But Man United has always been that kind of team that doesn't really have that kind of rigid philosophy. It's all about it's hard yards, passion, a lot of that with Fergie. For me, you said about Woodward buying in the names. For me, it just seemed like the names that either got them when they were too old, or it was some of the wrong big names.
We've obviously got signed Pogba in his prime, or should have been Pogba in his prime. That was probably the big, but you're right.
But they should have stayed with that model. You get someone similar to Ole that it's counterattack, but it's someone that's won stuff. I mean, it's hard to go out into the market and get someone that's available, but to completely change the high press has broken the spine of this club. It's broken it because Man United can't do this philosophy thing.
If you ask Real Madrid fans, what is Real Madrid's philosophy? What's Real Madrid's style of play?
Their
style of play and the philosophy is winning games. That's it. Like, sometimes they might be defensive, sometimes they might go all out attacking, sometimes they might hold on to the ball. You know
what? Sorry. I'd slightly edit that, because for me, the winning games is the result. You've got to have the formula or philosophy before that, whether it is the high press or gegenpress. For me, what I see with Real Madrid, you have the dribblers. They have these guys that know how to do individual brilliance, like for the whole game. For me, Man United needed that.
You're right.
Without dribblers.
You're right, but you see, their owner, he doesn't sign players for the manager solely. He signs players for Real Madrid. So there's an expectation that, like, okay, yes, of course the manager's going to have a say on signs and bring for something, but the expectation is like, but you need to work. This is what you got. You need to work with this. We've signed Mbappe. If you're not going to get Mbappe to work and you end up losing games, etc., it's like, well, okay, yes, at some point if he's flop, we might sell him later. But as a movement coach, you don't have time. You got to deliver, and also you have to have the skill of trying to keep everyone happy and cohesive and motivated to continue to win, which is something I've never really understood. I appreciate we should have a disciplinarian, but at the end of the day, if like you're just, I don't know how a manager can manage a team, motivate a team if you're just losing all the time. Like at some point, you've got to be like, listen, guys, We can win, instill winning. Like winning is addictive.
Yeah.
Even if you have a philosophy, if you're just losing all the time, it doesn't matter. Like you're just kind of like, okay, and we concede a goal and heads drop and for me, one of the things that's changed, at least in the recent couple of years, is that at least in certain times under Ollie, certain times under maybe early Ten Hag and even before Mourinho, there'd be a kind of like okay, we're down, but we can still go out it and like we would turn games around and do this and do that, etc. We sort of flip it. And occasionally, sometimes we would still do it. But most of the games over the last couple of years, when we concede, it's just like
yeah.
Heads drop.
The reset button. The reset button's hit.
You know,
people forget everything that they've been taught by the new manager. Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, as much as I think about Ronaldo, Ronaldo would never do that. I never saw anyone play that. I ever saw that Ronaldo would like, even though he'd do things that weren't great. I'm not saying that, but there was always this kind of like, no. We got to win. We've got to do whatever it takes. We've got to try and do something. We've got to sort of. That's the mentality thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, this is where you just if Man United are going to be realistic now, I don't think they're ever going to do this philosophical stuff. Yeah, with like, having like an Arteta type or Pep type. Yeah. They're not going to give enough time. Even Amorim said himself, "I'm not going to get the time that Arteta got." So why are you here when you're exactly the same type of kind of coach that needs time? Amorim needs time. He's showing us. He needs time because he's crapping the bread. He's crapping the bed with whatever he's doing right now. It's not working. It's embarrassing. Yeah. So, like you're saying, yeah, with okay, you get the wins, yeah, so you can get the self-esteem up. Yeah, you get going. The team, the club now, just buy people like Cunha because Cunha will come in and we've seen already dribbling, great first touch. All these things that don't even need coaching. You need to buy almost the whole team of this. People that you just plug them in and they play. Not this, I'm going to try and get Mason Mount to grow from being crap again. I'm going to resurrect Eriksen's career. Or no, there's no time. You know what I mean? The fans don't allow it. The Glazers don't. No. Whoever's in charge don't allow it. Buy the Galacticos in. Because you got there's still Galactico money. We've seen it for the front three.
No, and for me, you know, when they went to sign Mbeumo, I was like, okay, I can see it because based on his season last season, he was like I think the third or fourth highest GA sort of producer, etc. So I was like, okay, this is intent. You're going for the people that have got, you know, go for the players that have got experience that can come into a team. And can do something that we don't have to wait for. Like even, you know, I'm not saying Mbeumo had the best game today, but like I don't hear anyone saying, "Oh, Mbeumo needs time to kind of find himself and do X, Y, and Z," because he's got experience, and we know what he can do. So yes, you know, you can have the luxury sometimes, but this idea that we're constantly having to kind of like wait for X or Y player to come onto their own, when really we should be investing in experience. But again, fundamentally, and I end this. I've got to go. It always depends on what the club and ownership want United to be. As I said, Chelsea, they're going down the young youth, you know, under 25 project type sort of thing. Sell on later, long contracts and stuff like that, and you know, and it's working for them to a certain extent. You know, what is it that we're trying to do? You know, I'll just read these last comments and I'll give you the final sort of thing before we bounce. Apparently, he's out for 5 weeks. Is that 5 weeks from the injury? So then, I mean, that means he should be back soon, though, shouldn't it? Or was it 5 weeks from now? If it's 5 weeks from his injury, he got injured in it was the Burnley game, wasn't it? And then we had 2 weeks international break, and then we're back here. So we should technically be back for Chelsea or the week after, if it's 5 weeks from when he got the injury. Bring back for FC. Brighton man just said Belieber can't perform properly due to Manchester United transfers. Really? Yeah, because people saying Belieber's kind of taking a nosedive, and they're saying, is it because of like? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would be very skeptical if a player starts playing badly because I don't want a player to come into a squad that where their ability is dictated by outside forces.
I just about to say that because he's going to get pressure at this club. He can't be having that distracting. Yeah.
No, like for me, you just keep on doing your ball. Like keep on doing your ball. And if you, because the thing is that if you ball this season, you probably get off with some goodness knows how many clubs. If you're not, and United are the only club that come in for Belieber next season, I'd be a bit more cautious to be like, should we really be paying 100 million for this sort of who's not really had it? Like, nah,
definitely not.
You know. So we're definitely getting him next season. Yeah, that's what makes sense. Yeah, so we're definitely exactly. I should have read that together. Yeah, so we're definitely getting him next season. We are. Yeah. We are for 100 million as well because Brighton will want to get every last cent from us. If we get relegated to Amram, would you still keep him? G, he is our worst match ever faced. Of course, I would keep it. Of course, you can't stay in a job and after you relegate. Even if we're battling relegation, he's gone. Like. That's what relegation teams do. Like we'll keep the guy. Like did Leicester, all these relegation battle teams, they all sack their manager to try and stay in the Premier League. Why would United be any different?
That's crazy.
Go and get I don't know, Big Sam or Ollie or whatever, some sort of stopgap thing to sort of if we ever get to that.
I was trying to say about Sean Dyche. I'm like, this is too much to hear about the relegation managers, man.
Just
too much, man.
Too much. Well, Amram said he'll never change. Amram said he'll never change just now. Well, there you go. Well, like I said, it's just it's not an Amram in or out for me, bro. You're just gonna end up doing it yourself, man. Sorry. Right, Eddie, big up Eddie again. Thanks again on the channel. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to his channel, by the way. Support him. Hopefully we'll do this again. I probably will do another live stream for the Chelsea game coming up as well, because it's but I probably will maybe if I've got time do some Champions, because the Champions League is back. There's some tasty fixtures, so not just watch songs there. But yeah, big up everyone, big up in the chat.
Big up.
Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Peace. We are gone.